Chapter 579. She only promised to go less, but she didn't promise not to go any more. Xiang Kaiping was not in a good state at the moment. She was indeed a little worried. As for Su Peijian, Su Qingsang really didn't take her seriously. Hua Jinyao took the rice dumpling from her hand and pinched her nose with the other hand. I only said one sentence, but you said so many. When did I stop you from going? I just don't think Su Peijian is a good person. I don't want you to go against her. It was no coincidence that Su Peijian was with Hui Yifan. It was premeditated. I know. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Hua Jinyao nodded, peeled the rice dumpling and took a bite. Then he nodded. It tastes good. Of course, it's not like you don't know that Auntie's cooking has always been very good. After Su Qingsang said this, there was a touch of sadness in her eyes. The time when she and Xiang Kaiping were as close as mother and daughter would never come back. I know Auntie is good at cooking. Hua Jinyao got rid of the rice dumpling. He took out a tissue and wiped his hands. He thought of something else. You didn't tell Auntie that Su Peijian is with Hui Yifan, did you? No. Su Qingsang shook her head. I don't know what to say. If you didn't say it, then don't say it. Sometimes, ignorance was bliss. Su Peijian and Xiang Kaiping were just friends. If Xiang Kaiping found out that Su Peijian was with Hui Yifan, her cousin again, she would be in trouble. Needless to say, Xiang Kaiping could guess that there was something fishy going on. At that time, something might happen again. I know my limits. Don't worry. Of course, Hua Jinyao trusted Su Qingsang, but he didn't trust Su Peijian. Recently, she had been doing a lot of things, but they were all related to work. In private, he did not hear Yang Wenchang say that she had done anything. He didn't know if Su Peijian wanted to take a different approach, or was she so confident that she could defeat him in business. No matter which one it was, he would let Yang Wenchang keep an eye on her. He didn't want to give her a chance to hurt Su Qingsang. Su Peijian came home early today. Xiang Kaiping was surprised. Apart from being surprised, a trace of guilt flashed across his face. After changing into her shoes, Su Peijian looked up and saw the guilty look on Xiang Caiping's face. She squinted her eyes and twitched her nose. Suddenly, the corners of his lips curled up. It smells so good. What's that smell? I made zongzi today. As Xiang Kaiping spoke, she got up and went to the kitchen. He took out a few zongzi. This is sweet and this is salty. I don't know what you like to eat. Have a taste. Why did you suddenly think of making zongzi? Su Peijian looked at Xiang Kaiping. She was not in a hurry to eat the rice dumplings. She was quite surprised. Isn't the Dragon Boat Festival over? Yes, I have. Xiang Kaiping glanced at her. This time, there was no trace of guilt on her face. Last time during the festival, I was thinking that if you were at home, we could make dumplings together. But you are not at home. A few days had passed. I'm afraid that if I don't eat it, the bamboo leaves will spoil and become unusable. Was she blaming him? Su Peijian picked up one of the zongzi and played with it in her palm, but she did not eat it. I don't really like eating these. You can do whatever you want next time. Eat whatever you want. Don't wait for me. Xiang Kaiping looked at her in a daze. Finally, she lowered her head under Su Peijian's indifferent gaze. I got it. But I'll eat this today. Su Peijian raised the sweet zongzi in her hand, waved it, and got up to go upstairs. Xiang Kaiping looked at her from behind. Her lips moved, but in the end she could not stop her. Su Peijian returned to her room, but she did not eat the zongzi. Instead, she turned on her computer and clicked on one of the apps. Soon, she saw the entire situation in the villa. Not only the small garden outside, but also the living room, dining room, kitchen, and Xiang Caiping's and her own room. She pulled up the surveillance footage. Su Peijian quickly saw it. The screen showed the image. Su Qingsang was here. No wonder she said that Xiang Kaiping wanted to make zongzi out of nothing. She said that she wanted to make zongzi for her a few days ago, but she was not at home. So it was because of Su Qingsang. Why did she say it was for her? Su Peijian looked at the zongzi. No matter how she looked at it, she did not like it. She did not like to eat things that were too difficult to digest and high in calories. But that did not mean that she would allow Xiang Kaiping to please Su Qingsang if she did not like it. Looking at Su Qingsang and Xiang Kaiping making zongzi in front of the dining table, talking and laughing, as if they were mother and daughter, Su Peizhen felt disgusted. Su Qingsang, you have already taken Li Qianxue, and now you are not letting Xiang Kaiping go? You're currying favor like this. But do you think you can please both mothers? Su Peizhen felt that she could not take it. She really wanted to do something to make Su Qingsang unhappy. However, she heard that Zhang Yichen had returned to the army, and he would not come to Rong City for a while. If she found another man to prove her relationship with Su Qingsang, Hua Jinyao would not believe her. Not only would she say it, but it was very likely to alarm Hua Jinyao and let him know about her recent actions. Su Peizhen stared at the screen for a long time, and finally she suddenly smiled. Su Qingsing, you want to please both sides, don't you? Then I will let you please both sides. I would like to see, with Li Qianxue's personality, whether she will allow you to please both sides like this or not. Su Peizhen opened the software again and quickly typed on the keyboard. The Li family in Lin City. Li Qianxue returned home and sat directly on the sofa. She had a social engagement today. In the past, these were all attended by Su Qinghui. However, during the period when she and Su Qinghui divorced in January, she had to start attending these social engagements no matter how much she disliked it. Qianxue, did you drink again? Old Master Li came downstairs and saw Li Qianxue's red face. He then smelled the faint smell of alcohol on her and naturally knew that she had gone to a social engagement. A little. Don't worry, I am not drunk. Li Qianxue sat up straight, her eyes clear, and she did not seem drunk. She really could not refuse, so she drank a little, but she was not drunk. She knew how to behave. Old Master Li's eyes were a little distressed. He looked at Li Qianxue, wanting to say something but hesitating. Qianxue? What's wrong? Dad, I am really not drunk. Li Qianxue blinked at Old Master Li as she spoke. Look, I am very sober now, am I not? Qianxue, I heard that Su Qinghui. Dad. As soon as Li Qianxue heard Su Qinghui's name, her expression changed. If you want me to get back together with Su Qinghui, you don't have to say it. She hated Su Qinghui so much that it was impossible for her to have anything to do with him again. Old Master Li knew that his daughter had a clear distinction between love and hate. He sighed in his heart. I am not saying that you should get back together with him. I heard that he opened a small company outside. He seems to be doing a good job. I just feel sorry for you. Let's not talk about other things first. Su Qinghui is indeed very capable, Dad. No matter how capable he is, I have already divorced him. He is no longer the son-in-law of the Li family. Li Qianxue had met Su Qinghui a few times in the past 2 months. He seemed to be doing quite well and was not affected by the divorce at all. Opening a company was good enough. She knew that he was capable. They had both decided that they would have nothing to do with each other in the future. She would not let Su Qinghui enter her life again. Old Master Li's lips moved, but in the end he did not try to persuade her anymore. Li Qianxue's mood was a little affected. After sitting for a while, she went upstairs. After taking a shower, Li Qianxue looked at the empty room where she was alone and sat down on the sofa. She also knew that she had lost her composure today. But she couldn't control herself. She didn't think that she had been really tired recently. How miserable she had been. In fact, she had been through the most exhausting and embarrassing times. When those people in Lin City knew that Su Qinghui had opened a company outside, the way they looked at her made her feel uneasy. Now she had walked out of it. She used to think that she would love Su Qinghui for the rest of her life until she died. But reality gave her a loud slap in the face. For a man who did not love her, stopping the loss in time was the wisest choice. If she really chose to continue to endure, then she might be able to relax for a while, but she would definitely be in pain for the rest of her life. However, thinking of Su Qinghui, she couldn't help but think of Su Qinghui's expression when he saw her the last few times. His face was eager, and when he looked at her, it was as if he had 1,000 words to say. If Li Qianxue hadn't already seen through Su Qinghui, she might have taken what he had said seriously. She really thought that he had feelings for her. Unfortunately, she had already been fooled once. She wouldn't believe him at all. The most likely reason was that Su Qinghui's new company was not running smoothly, and he wanted to borrow the Li Corporation's popularity. Li Qianxue found that since she divorced Su Qinghui, she would always use the greatest malice to guess his thoughts. She would always think of Su Qinghui as hateful. Very bad. She knew that this was because her trust in Su Qinghui had been shattered and no longer existed. But this was what she was willing to see. Now it was very good. She would definitely work hard and prove that even without Su Qinghui, she, Li Qianxue, could still live a good life and run the Li Corporation well. Li Qianxue rubbed her eyebrows and planned to go to sleep. Before going to bed, she habitually looked at her schedule for tomorrow. Before she finished looking through it, an email notification popped up in her mailbox. She had 2 mailboxes, one for work and one for private. This was her private mailbox. Not many people knew about it. When she opened it, it was an unsigned email. There was a video inside. Li Qianxue wasn't in a hurry to open it. She looked at the unfamiliar mailbox, turned her finger, and was about to delete the email. However, when she clicked to confirm, she hesitated again. After thinking for a while, she opened the video. Soon, Li Qianxue sat up straight. Her eyes were fixed on the screen. Chapter 580. Su Qingsang came out of the operating room and changed her clothes. When he returned to his office, he found several missed calls on his cell phone, all from Li Qianxue. She frowned slightly. Li Qianxue rarely called her during work hours. He called back and found that Li Qianxue's phone was turned off. Su Qingsang became more and more confused. Su Qingsang didn't get through to Li Qianxue's phone even when it was lunchtime. She had an operation in the afternoon. Su Qingsang thought for a while. He sent a message to Li Qianxue. Then he told her roughly what time he could finish the surgery. When Su Qingsang finished her afternoon surgery and was about to call Li Qianxue again, her phone rang. "Mom." Su Qingsang breathed a sigh of relief when she received Li Qianxue's call. "Were you busy just now? I called you, but your cell phone is off. What did you say? Are you in wrong city?" Su Qingsang was stunned. For a moment, she thought she had misheard. "Where are you now? Outside my hospital? Wait a moment, I'll be off work soon. I'm coming." Su Qingsang hung up the phone as fast as she could. She told the nurse to pay attention to the condition of the previous patient, then hurriedly picked up her bag and phone and rushed out of the hospital. Li Qianxue sat on a bench on the lawn of the hospital. She sat very upright, looking at an unknown point with a solemn expression on her face. "Mom." Su Qingsang stepped forward and called Li Qianxue twice before Li Qianxue raised her head to look at her. "Qingsang? Mom, why are you here? Why didn't you tell me?" What Li Qianxue did next shocked her. When she saw Su Qingsang, she stood up and hugged her tightly. Su Qingsang's body suddenly froze. She almost dropped her handbag. Li Qianxue hugged her so tightly that Su Qingsang felt a little uncomfortable. Su Qingsang tried calling him again. Li Qianxue still did not respond. Li Qianxue hugged him a little tightly. She couldn't describe how she felt when she saw those videos last night. At first, he was angry. Then he was furious. But after calming down, she watched the video again. She found that she could not be angry, nor could she be angry. She knew that Su Qingsang and Xiang Kaiping had once mistaken each other for mother and daughter. However, she did not know that after Su Qingsang acknowledged her, she would still be in contact with Xiang Kaiping. She had never seen how Xiang Kaiping and Su Qingsang got along. She had never asked before, so she didn't know. Now she knew. In the video, she saw Su Qingsang learning how to wrap rice dumplings with a smile. She saw Xiang Kaiping standing behind her, teaching her bit by bit. Su Qingsang studied very seriously, occasionally raising her head to look at Xiang Kaiping. She looked at Xiang Kaiping with affection in her eyes. Xiang Kaiping looked at Su Qingsang in the same way. She had feelings for Xiang Kaiping? That was what Li Qianxue could tolerate the least. Li Qianxue's emotions fluctuated violently, and a kind of fear that was similar to losing enveloped her. She thought of Su Qinghui again. Su Qinghui had been thinking about Xiang Kaiping for decades. That woman was like a nightmare to Li Qianxue. She had been in Su Qinghui's mind for so many years. Was he going to take away Su Qingsang's feelings as well? Another thing was that when she came to Rong City, she ran into Su Qinghui on the plane. Qianxue? When Su Qinghui saw her, his face was full of surprise. In the first-class cabin, the two of them were only separated by an aisle. She glanced at Su Qinghui coldly at that time and then looked away. She still hated Su Qinghui, so she naturally didn't want to look at him anymore. However, Su Qinghui seemed to be very interested in talking to her. Qianxue, are you also going to Rong City? Li Qianxue didn't answer his question. A hint of disappointment flashed across Su Qinghui's face, but it was only for a moment. What a coincidence, I'm also going to Rong City, Su Qinghui. Li Qianxue interrupted him, feeling that the deliberate expression on his face was ironic. This flight was originally to Rong City. Don't tell me you don't know? Su Qinghui was speechless. He wanted to say something, but Li Qianxue didn't give him a chance at all. I know you're going to Rong City to see Xiang Kaiping, so you don't have to say anything now. Qianxue, I'm not going to see Kaiping. I'm going to discuss business. Really? Su Qinghui thought that the company had begun to improve recently. The rise in his career had given him some confidence. He felt that this had brought him one step closer to Li Qianxue. Business? Li Qianxue smiled. Yes, you're going all the way to Rong City to discuss business. I understand. You don't have to explain. Li Qianxue's smile was sarcastic, and there was even a hint of disdain in her eyes. He said that he wanted to get back together with her, but at the same time, he was hooking up with Xiang Kaiping. TSK, this Su Qinghui really had no bottom line. Qianxue. Believe me, Stop. Li Qianxue felt uncomfortable. Her eyes suddenly became sharp. I'm already divorced from you. Go wherever you like, see whoever you want to see, it has nothing to do with me. Okay. Qianxue? Li Qianxue's reaction was to take out a blindfold and put it on, completely ignoring Su Qinghui. Su Qinghui still wanted to speak, but someone behind him boarded the plane, so he swallowed what he wanted to say. When he got off the plane, Li Qianxue went to the bathroom, completely avoiding him. When Li Qianxue divorced Su Qinghui, she knew that Su Qinghui would definitely be with Xiang Kaiping in the end. The woman he loved for so many years suddenly came back one day. How could there be no fluctuations? As for what Su Qinghui said, she believed that it was only because of the Li family, or because of the Li group. Now that Su Qinghui appeared in Rong City, it completely proved that her guess was correct. Su Qinghui didn't love her. He wanted to be with Xiang Kaiping. Li Qianxue didn't want to say anything. They were already divorced, and the two of them had no relationship. Even if Su Qinghui really married Xiang Kaiping and got together in the end, it had nothing to do with her. But Su Qingsang couldn't. For so many years, Xiang Kaiping stood between her and Su Qinghui, receiving Su Qinghui's unforgettable love for decades. Now, even her own daughter was going to be taken away? Was that so? As soon as Li Qianxue thought about it, she felt uncomfortable all over. How could she allow such a thing to happen? How could she allow even Su Qingsang to fall for Xiang Kaiping? What about in the end? Would even Su Yusen fall for Xiang Kaiping as well? In the future, Su Qinghui could still follow Xiang Kaiping and form a new family. In this family, there was a father and a mother. There were also 3 children. Was that so? Li Qianxue had never been a pessimist. But when it came to Su Qinghui, she had never been optimistic. She hugged Su Qingsang tightly, as if she was hugging a piece of driftwood. It wasn't easy for her to find her daughter. Was she going to lose her again? Mom. Li Qianxue wasn't very strong, but now Su Qingsang really felt like she was suffocating from being strangled by her. Mom? Qingsang, don't leave me, okay? Qingsang, you can't leave me, okay? The 2 questions in a row made Su Qingsang a little confused. Her lips moved, and she raised her hand and gently patted Li Qianxue's back. Mom, what are you talking about? I'm your daughter. How can I not want you? No, you have to promise me. You have to promise me first. You can't not want me, you can't not want me. Okay? Su Qingsang could feel the curious gazes of the passers-by around them. It was already past the Dragon Boat Festival, but the sky was still dark. What's more, it was almost lunchtime. Many family members of patients were coming to visit. Mom, can you let me go first? No, you have to promise me first, and then I'll let you go. The huge feeling of losing her made it difficult for Li Qianxue to let go. Su Qingsang could only respond. Okay, I promise you. I won't leave you. And I won't leave you. Really? Li Qianxue finally retreated a little, but her eyes were still fixed on Su Qingsang's face. Of course it's true. Su Qingsang didn't understand why Li Qianxue would say such a thing, but she had been with Li Qianxue for the past few months and understood some of her personality. You're my mom. I'm your daughter. How can I not want you? They were related by blood, the closest mother and daughter in the world. Li Qianxue looked at her, wanting to say something but hesitating. But what? Mom, what's wrong with you? It's nothing. Li Qianxue also saw the people coming and going on both sides, and the gazes that fell on them from time to time. She curled her lips and restrained all her emotions. In a few seconds, she had already cleaned up the expression on her face. Look at me, I'm dizzy from the flight. Have you eaten? I'm planning to go home. Mom, you haven't eaten either, have you? No. The plain food isn't delicious. Then let's go home. Ms. Yu's cooking is good. Okay. I've heard you mention it many times. Let's go. Li Qianxue took a step back, and Su Qingsang only saw a suitcase behind her. It was also at this moment that she realized that Li Qianxue probably got off the plane and came over without even putting down her luggage. She couldn't tell what she was feeling. This wasn't a good place to talk. She pulled the luggage over. Let's go. When Li Qianxue stood in front of Su Qingsang's car, she couldn't tell that she had lost her composure just now. She had returned to the calm and elegant young lady of the Li family. Qingsang, how have you been? Mom, don't you video call me every day? Why are you asking this? It's pretty good. I go to work and get off work every day. You know about my relationship with Hua Jinyao. It's pretty good anyway. I know. I wanted to ask you, had you seen Xiang in the recent period? What? Su Qingsang put the luggage away and closed the trunk. Chapter 581. Su Qingsang went to the front seat and opened the door for her. Li Qianxue didn't get in the car in a hurry. Instead, she looked a little confused. What? Su Qingsang was a little confused. Thinking of Li Qianxue's behavior just now, she looked up at her, her eyes focused. Nothing. Let's go back first. Su Qingsang nodded and took Li Qianxue to the imperial court. Along the way, she talked to Li Qianxue, half out of concern and half out of curiosity. What on earth had happened to make Li Qianxue lose her composure like that? Mom, Yusin is about to take the college entrance examination, right? Yes. In a few days. Li Qianxue answered absent-mindedly. Then, do you want me to go back and cheer him on? She had less contact with Su Yusin recently. Knowing that he was about to take the college entrance examination, Su Qingsang didn't want to disturb him. No need. Li Qianxue smiled. After being here for so long, her face showed a rare bit of pride. He said that he doesn't need us to accompany him. He can do it himself. He also said that if I go to accompany him, it will put him under pressure. In fact, according to Su Yusin's grades, the school had already recommended him to the province's A university. However, he didn't want to study at a university. He still wanted to take the exam himself. Although Li Qianxue loved her children, she was quite principled in some aspects. Su Peijian also took the college entrance examination by herself. She was admitted to a foreign university by herself. Needless to say, Su Qingsang also worked hard to get into a medical university. Now that Su Yusin had such a heart and ambition, Li Qianxue felt very good. The car soon drove to the imperial court. Su Qingsang parked the car and took the luggage. Let's go. Li Qianxue followed Su Qingsang into the elevator. Li Qianxue thought about the relationship between Xiang Kaiping and Su Qingsang again. She couldn't help but look at Su Qingsang. Qingsang? I actually wanted to ask you just now. I just wanted to ask you. That's right, that's right. Have you seen? Su Qingsang turned to look at her with a puzzled expression. Su Qinghui. The name Xiang Kaiping lingered in her mouth, but she didn't say it out loud. I want to ask you, have you seen Su Qinghui recently? Su Qingsang nodded. She finally had an explanation for Li Qianshue's loss of composure. He felt a little bitter. Even if Li Qianxue and Su Qinghui divorced, it would still be a pity. However, the influence of Su Qinghui seemed to still be there. You've never seen him before? Su Qingsang didn't understand what Li Qianxue meant, but she still shook her head. Nope. Mom, did you meet Dad? Li Qianxue stopped talking and sneered inwardly. Su Qinghui was a master liar. Fortunately, she no longer had any expectations for him, so naturally, she wouldn't believe that what he said was the truth. She had only been to Rong City once since she returned to Lin City. It was such a coincidence that she ran into Su Qinghui. How many times did he come every month? What was his purpose? He was probably looking for Xiang Kaiping. No, maybe there was Su Peijian as well. Thinking of Su Peijian, Li Qianshue's face darkened even more. The daughter she had raised for more than 20 years was no longer her daughter. Not only did she refuse to acknowledge her, she even, Mom? Su Qingsang's words brought Li Qianxue back to her senses. She realized that they had already gotten out of the elevator. Su Qingsang opened the door and let Li Qianxue in. She carried Li Qianshue's luggage to the guest room. The last time Li Qianxue came, she hadn't had a chance to tour the place. This time, she wasn't in the mood to tour. She sat on the sofa. Su Qingsang came out and went to the kitchen to ask Ms. Yu to add 2 more dishes. She brought a glass of juice for Li Qianxue and sat down next to her. Mom, did you meet my dad? She had asked just now, but Li Qianxue didn't answer. Li Qianxue didn't want to talk about Su Qinghui. She really hated that man now. Dad, Su Qingsang thought of the idea she had given Su Qinghui before. She had asked Su Qinghui to try his best to win Li Qianxue back. Now it seemed that she had made a mistake. I don't want to talk about your dad. Li Qianshue's attitude was too resistant, so Su Qingsang could only swallow the words that were about to come out of her mouth. Hua Jinyao returned home at night and was a little surprised to see Li Qianxue. He didn't understand why his mother-in-law came to Rong City all of a sudden. After greeting her, he glanced at Su Qingsang, and Su Qingsang shook her head gently at him. In fact, she didn't know why Li Qianxue came to Rong City. But she could roughly guess that she was provoked by Su Qinghui. How did Su Qinghui provoke Li Qianxue? Su Qingsang didn't get an answer to this question even after dinner. Mom. Su Qingsang made the bed and looked at Li Qianxue. The quilt is sun-dried. The bed is ready. You must be tired today. Why don't you rest first? Qingsang, come here. I want to talk to you. Su Qingsang walked to Li Qianxue and sat down next to her. Li Qianxue pulled her hand over and held it. Qingsang, you really haven't seen your dad? I really haven't. Su Qingsang shook her head. Dad is in Lin City, and I'm in Rong City. How could I have the chance to see him? That's true. Li Qianxue nodded. You're not the child he likes the most. If he came to Rong City, why would he come to see you? Dad came to Rong City? Su Qingsang's eyes widened. Why didn't I know? Of course you wouldn't know. He didn't come to Rong City to see you. He came to see someone else. You mean Su Peijian? Su Qingsang originally wanted to say Xiang Kaiping, but she was afraid that Li Qianxue would be unhappy, so she quickly changed her words. Li Qianxue, however, understood what she was going to say. Her expression was slightly gloomy. Su Qingsang didn't notice the change in Li Qianshue's expression. She thought of something else. Last time, during the Dragon Boat Festival, Hua Yifan brought Su Peijian to the Hua family. Did Hua Yifan really want to marry Su Peijian? So this time, Su Qinghui came to Rong City because their parents wanted to meet? However, when she went to see Xiang Kaiping 2 days ago, she didn't hear her talk about this. Yes, Xiang Kaiping was afraid that she would be unhappy, so she never mentioned Su Peijin in front of her. It shouldn't be just to see Su Peijin. Li Qianxue looked at Su Qingsang's expression and knew that she wasn't lying. That meant that she had never seen Su Qinghui. But what about Xiang Kaiping? She must have seen her, right? And Su Peijin? Su Qingsang didn't know how to answer. After all, Su Qinghui was her father. Have you seen Su Peijin? Li Qianxue had very complicated feelings about her former adopted daughter. She didn't only suspect Su Qinghui, but also Su Peijin. Yes. Meeting Li Qianxue's penetrating gaze, Su Qingsang didn't lie. Not only have I seen her, but I'm afraid that soon we will become a family again. What do you mean? Li Qianxue's heart skipped a beat. Su Qingsang didn't want to say this to Li Qianxue. However, if Su Qinghui came to Rong City to set up the marriage between Su Peijin and Hui Yifan, then Li Qianxue would find out sooner or later. I saw Peijin at the Hua family. She briefly told Li Qianxue about Su Peijin and Hui Yifan's relationship. When Su Qingsang finished, she met Li Qianxue's sharp gaze and felt inexplicably guilty. Before the Dragon Boat Festival? Why didn't you tell me? Li Qianxue's expression suddenly became a little strange. She could understand Su Qingsang's concerns, but because of that, she felt even more depressed. In Su Qingsang's heart, would she side with Su Peijin? Mom, don't be angry. I just don't want you to worry. What's more, Peijin is a grown-up. I think she knows what she's doing. In fact, Su Qingsang wasn't stupid. Su Peijin wanted to marry into the Hua family, even if she didn't want to do anything to Su Qingsang. Su Peijin was Li Qianxue's adopted daughter, and Su Qingsang was Li Qianxue's biological daughter. If possible, Su Qingsang didn't want to be on the opposite side of Su Peijin. Knows what she's doing? Li Qianxue sneered, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. It would be great if she really knows what she's doing. Su Qingsang looked at Li Qianxue, not quite understanding what she meant. Forget it. Let's not talk about her. Li Qianxue finally understood why Su Qinghui was in Rong City. It turned out that Su Peijin was going to marry Hui Yifan, another grandson of the Hua family. Li Qianxue had seen Hui Yifan at the Hua family before. He was young and seemed to have a shrewd and astute mind. Su Peijin didn't like Qiu Yanba very much in the past, but Qiu Yanba had a good character. But Hui Yifan was far worse than Hu Jinyao. Why was Su Peijin with him? Mom, you should rest early. Li Qianxue didn't want to think about these things now, but, Qingsang, don't hide anything from me in the future. Mom, I didn't. Really? Then why didn't you tell me about Peijin this time? Qingsang, did you think that if Peijin had a conflict with you, I would be on Peijin's side? I didn't mean that. Su Qingsang shook her head. No matter how she thought about it, she believed that Li Qianxue wouldn't be on Su Peijin's side. I just thought that you raised her for more than 20 years. If possible, I don't want to make things difficult for you. Li Qianxue's heart suddenly ached. She hugged Su Qingsang tightly and forcefully. Was that what Su Qingsang thought? Didn't want to make things difficult for her? Then how many more things could she hide in order not to make things difficult for herself? I'm not making things difficult for you. Li Qianxue hugged Su Qingsang and looked at an unknown point. There's nothing difficult for me. Nothing at all. She suddenly let go of her arms, stepped back a little, and looked at Su Qingsang. Qingsang, you have to believe one thing. No matter what happens, I will be on your side. Boys. Her overly serious face shocked Su Qingsang greatly. Finally, she nodded her head heavily. I understand. Not only do you need to know, but you also need to believe it. Li Qianxue held Su Qingsang's hand tightly. Qingsang, I know what you're thinking, but I'm telling you from now on, get rid of those thoughts. I'm your mother, your biological mother. I won't stand against you for anyone. Do you understand? Su Qingsang's throat was a little choked. She could only nod heavily, but couldn't say a word. But Qingsang, I want you to promise me something. What? If there's anything I don't do well, you have to tell me. But it's the same for you. You can never give up on Mom or abandon me. Mom. Su Qingsang understood that she might have been affected by Su Qinghui. Mom, don't worry. I promised you just now. I won't. Look at me. You talk too much when you're old. I'm not old. Su Qingsang smiled and said, people will believe that you and I are sisters. How can you say that I'm old? Li Qianxue smiled, and her face finally looked a little relaxed. Go and rest. If I keep talking to you, I'm afraid Hua Jinyao will be jealous. Li Qianxue said half jokingly and half seriously. Mom, Su Qingsang blushed. She looked a little embarrassed. After she left, the relaxed expression on Li Qianxue's face disappeared and was replaced by a serious expression. Su Qinghui, Su Peizhen, and Xiang Kaiping. No matter what they wanted to do or what they planned to do, she was not afraid. The only thing she cared about, and the only bottom line, was her pair of children. Li Qianxue suddenly thought of something. She had been told that Su Peizhen was going to marry Hua Yifan. What did Su Peizhen want to do? Do you think I did something wrong? Su Qingsang looked at Hua Jinyao with uncertainty in her eyes. She had just returned to the room and told Hua Jinyao about Li Qianshue's loss of composure and her deduction. She didn't know that Li Qianxue had seen the video of her and Xiang Kaiping together. She attributed it to Su Qinghui probably doing something. And why did Su Qinghui do those things? A large part of the reason might be because of her encouragement and instigation. But now, she wasn't sure if her encouragement and incitement had been a mistake. I looked at my father at the time and felt really pitiful. That's why I said those things. But today, my mother has no intention of forgiving my father at all. Not only did she not have any intention of forgiving him, but it seemed that she hated him even more. I think that my father might not come to Rong City to see Auntie as my mother said. It's very likely that Su Peizhen might really be marrying Hua Yifan. But my mother doesn't seem to think so. Li Qianxue obviously misunderstood and thought that Su Qinghui came to see Xiang Kaiping. Su Peizhen and Hua Yifan were already talking about marriage? Why hadn't he heard about it? Hua Yifan would definitely discuss such a big matter with old Master Hua first. But Hua Yifan didn't get any news at all. Jinyao? It has nothing to do with you. Hua Jinyao looked at Su Qingsang and put aside his own thoughts. If your father really wants to get your mother back, I think he will do it whether you encourage him or not. But if your father doesn't want to, even if you encourage him, he won't be moved. But I don't think he came to Rong City because Su Peizhen is going to marry Hua Yifan. Is it really because of Auntie? Could it be that after the past few months, Su Qinghui still thought that the person he loved was Xiang Kaiping? If that was the case, no wonder Li Qianxue was unhappy. Hua Jinyao shook his head. He didn't think that was the case. Don't think too much. I think your mother might be thinking too much. Maybe your father doesn't have that kind of intention at all. Why not rule out both possibilities? Maybe he should ask Yang Wenshang tomorrow to find out if Su Qinghui came to Rong City to see Xiang Kaiping. Seeing Su Qingsang's serious expression, he rubbed the top of her head. All right. Don't frown. Maybe nothing happened. You're just thinking too much. Maybe your mother is going through menopause. You're the one going through menopause. Su Qingsang glared at him. Because of what he said, the worry in her heart dissipated a lot. Even if Li Qianxue and Su Qinghui could never be together, she still hoped that Li Qianxue and Su Qinghui could live separately. She didn't want them to be like enemies. Su Peizhen didn't expect Li Qianxue to come to her. When she saw the elegant and beautiful Li Qianxue sitting in front of her, she was dazed for a moment. Half a year ago, she and Li Qianxue were a pair of close mother and daughter. They talked about everything and had deep feelings for each other. She still remembered how shy she was when she had her first menarche. She also remembered how Li Qianxue told her that it was the first step for a girl to grow up and that she should be happy. She also remembered how surprised she was when she received a love letter from a boy for the first time. Li Qianxue told her that it was something to be proud of. Li Qianxue was a very good mother. In the past 20 years, she had given Su Peizhen the most selfless and deep motherly love. However, in just half a year, the two people who used to be mother and daughter were sitting across a table from each other. There was not a trace of a smile on each other's faces. Su Peijian swallowed the word, mother, that was on the tip of her tongue. She closed her eyes. This woman was no longer her mother. She was Su Qingsang's mother now. This realization made Su Peijian feel bad. When she opened her eyes again, her expression was indifferent. Li Qianxue had been looking at her, and that gaze made her feel a little uncomfortable. Auntie, do you need me for something? Su Peijian pretended to speak carelessly, but her face was deliberately cold. That auntie had clearly divided the relationship between the two of them. Even though Li Qianxue had known for a long time that Su Peijian was no longer her daughter, when she suddenly heard the word auntie, her heart did sting a little. If someone had told Li Qianxue half a year ago that one day she and Su Peijian would become strangers, she would have thought that person was crazy. However, in the past 6 months, she and Su Peijian had indeed become the most familiar strangers. Why do you think I'm looking for you? Li Qianxue gently leaned against the back of the chair. Her eyes never left Su Peijian's face. How would I know? Su Peijian's expression did not change. She looked at an unknown point, but she did not look at Li Qianxue. You don't know? Weren't you the one who lured me to Rong City? Every time Su Peijian lied in front of her, she did not dare to look at her. Titles and relationships could be changed, but some small habits couldn't be changed in a day or two. Auntie, what are you talking about? I don't quite understand. You don't understand? Li Qianxue sneered. Her eyes were sharp like knives. You sent me the video, right? Didn't you send me the video to lure me to Rong City? What video? I don't know what you are talking about. Su Peijian did not look at Li Qianxue. Not many people know about my private email. Only a few people know about it. You happen to be one of them. Li Qianxue's body leaned forward slightly, and her eyes looked straight into Su Peijian's heart. Check the ID and address of that letter. It is from Rong City. If I'm not wrong, I should be able to find out where you live by following that address. Peijian, do you still want to deny it at this time? Su Peijian's expression changed slightly. She finally met Li Qianxue's eyes. I sent the video, but auntie, are you here to denounce me? Denounce me? Li Qianxue looked at Su Peijian. You used the wrong word. I'm not here to denounce you today. Meeting Su Peijian's puzzled gaze, Li Qianxue's voice became more serious than before. I am here today to warn you. Warn? Su Peijian, I want to explain something to you. Li Qianxue's expression was serious, and her tone was cold. The Li family does not owe you anything. Whether it is me, Yusin, or even my father. We do not owe you anything. In the past, you occupied the position of the eldest daughter of the Su family and enjoyed all our love, protection, and care. That is all. The Li family only has gratitude for you, and we do not owe you anything. Do you admit it? Su Peijian did not speak. She did not want to answer this question. You feel lost, you feel that you have been hurt, but that is because you are not used to your current identity. You still think of yourself as the eldest daughter of the Su family. You feel that we owe you, don't you? Silence. Su Peijian's lips were pressed into a straight line. The person who swapped the child was Su Qinghui, and the person who made you fall from heaven to hell was also Su Qinghui. Whether it's me or your grandfather, the feelings we had for you were real. If you really think that we need to take responsibility for the feelings that you have now lost your identity, you should look for Su Qinghui, not me. And you should not look for Qingsang. When Li Qianxue said this, her voice rose a notch. You know that Qingsang is the innocent person. She has suffered what she should not have. She has lost what she can never get back, nor can she make up for. Don't deny it. You and I know that her life as an illegitimate daughter for more than 20 years was not good. So I think I need to make it clear to you. If you have anger and resentment in your heart, you should look for the person you really hate. For example, your father, Su Qinghui. For example, the mother who brought you into this world, but never took responsibility, Xiang Kaiping. And the last thing you should do is look for Su Qingsang and let her bear the resentment in your heart. Su Peijian's expression sank bit by bit when Li Qianxue said those words. Chapter 582. Su Peijian felt a throbbing pain in her heart. The pain was worse than when she found out that she wasn't Li Qianshue's daughter. It was worse than when she was forced to leave the Li family. She looked at Li Qianshue. In the suppressed emotions in her eyes, the most obvious was the pain in her eyes. Li Qianshue saw it, but she didn't think she did anything wrong. Everyone had their choices. She felt sorry for Su Qingseng. She chose Su Qingseng, so she wouldn't let Su Peijian do anything to Su Qingseng. She wouldn't let Su Peijian hurt Su Qingseng. Although her words were cold-blooded, they were not unreasonable. Su Peijian could hate Su Qinghui, Xiang Kaiping, and even her. But Su Peijian had no reason to hate Su Qingseng. To put it bluntly, Su Peijian stole Su Qingsang's 20 years of life as the eldest daughter of the Su family. Su Qingsang had no obligation or responsibility to bear Su Peijian's unreasonable hatred and anger. Su Peijian felt that her emotions were tumbling. She looked at Li Qianshue and tried hard not to lose control. But it was difficult, really difficult. So, Auntie, do you think that I sent you that video to deal with Su Qingsang? Because she was too emotional, her voice was a little shaky. Isn't it? Li Qianshue sneered. Su Peijian had been her daughter for so many years. Even if she didn't understand her 100%, she knew at least 70% to 80%. What did Su Peijian mean? She knew it very well. When she saw the video for the first time, it wasn't difficult for her to guess that it was sent by Su Peijian after thinking about it calmly. After all, Xiang Kaiping was Su Peijian's biological mother now. It was said that the two of them had been living together for a long time. It wasn't surprising that Su Peijian had the opportunity to install a camera in her home. It wasn't surprising that she would take pictures of Su Qingsang and Xiang Kaiping together. But she had a very purpose for sending such a video to her. Li Qianshue had been mother and daughter with Su Peijian for many years. She could guess without guessing that her purpose was to drive a wedge between her and Su Qingsang. Do you think I'll be angry after seeing the video? Will I be unhappy? She was indeed angry, and she was indeed unhappy. After being unhappy and angry, after calming down, there was also fear and dread. Fear that I might lose it. However, in front of Su Peijian, Li Qianshue would not reveal any of these emotions. Su Peijian, do you think I'll be in a hurry to get even with Su Qingsang after watching the video? Do you really think that I would do something irrational with my personality that I can't tolerate anything? Didn't you spend so much effort just to drive a wedge between us mother and daughter? Do you think I'll do as you wish? Su Peijian, who had been Li Qianshue's daughter for more than 20 years, really understood her. He had clearly guessed her character. If it weren't for Li Qianshue's strong self-control and the competitive spirit in her heart, she probably wouldn't be so imposing right now. Su Peijian smiled. You won't let me have my way. So, you specifically came to me and warned me not to hurt your precious daughter? Li Qianshue nodded. Her voice was resolute. Do you think I don't know what you're doing behind my back? Do you think I don't know what you want to do? Peijian. Just as you understand me, I understand you. You lost everything that the Li family gave you and your identity as the eldest daughter of the Su family. For you, it's extremely difficult to bear. And now, the person who got everything that used to be yours has become Su Qingsang, whom you used to despise the most. What do you think? Do I need to say more? Facing Li Qianshue's questioning expression, Su Peijian nodded. So, you think I can't bear it, so you think that I'll deal with Su Qingsang? Isn't that right? Li Qianshue was not polite. If you don't have that kind of intention, why did you send me that video? If you don't have that kind of intention, why did you try so hard to get close to Hua Yifan? Don't tell me that you don't know the relationship between Hua Yifan and Hua Jinyao. You clearly know it. You know and you're sure. That's why you're with Hua Yifan. You want to marry into the Hua family, right? Su Peijian used to think that after so many things that she had been through, her heart was already cold. But now she knew that her heart was not completely dead. She wasn't completely cold. She still missed everything about the Su family, and she still couldn't let go of everything about the Li family. When Li Qianshue faced Su Peijian with such an attitude, she only had one feeling. Thousands of arrows pierced through her heart. Auntie, in your heart, do you feel that? When I lost my identity as the eldest daughter of the Su family, when I lost my backing in the Lee family. Just because I'm a person, don't I have the right to live a good life? This was Su Peijian's office. She was not afraid of being seen. She stood up abruptly and stared fiercely at Li Qianshue's face. Tell me, when I lost my backing in the Li family and lost my identity as the eldest daughter of the Su family, did I not have the right to marry into a rich family? Did I not have the right to be happy? Is that right? I didn't mean that. No matter what, she was the daughter that she had raised for decades. Li Qianxue didn't want to say too much. But you know why you're with Hui Yifan. I know what I'm doing. Su Peijian smiled sarcastically. Her eyes were full of self-mockery. A few months later, Su Peijian suddenly called out. Li Qianshue's body trembled. She lowered her eyes and didn't look at Su Peijian. Su Peijian called again. She looked at Li Qianshue's slightly pale face. I've called you Mom for more than 20 years. Now in your heart, I'm not even as important as one of Su Qingsang's fingers, am I? Am I? So when you heard that I'm with Hui Yifan, you couldn't sit still, right? You're afraid that I'll go against your precious daughter, right? Li Qianxue forced herself not to be swayed by Su Peijian's words. After all, she was a few years older than Su Peijian. She reacted quickly. So, you want to tell me that you and Hui Yifan have feelings for each other? Can't I? Su Peijian looked at Li Qianxue with a face full of accusation. In your heart, is there no one who wants the daughter that you've raised so carefully? Can't she have her own love, her own feelings, and her own future? Even if I'm with Hui Yifan and have the slightest intention of going against Su Qingsang. So what? That's a heinous crime? That's unforgivable? Su Qingsang can marry into the Hua family, but I can't? That's what you mean, is it? I didn't say that. If you really want to be with Hui Yifan, of course, I have no right to say anything. I just want to tell you that my attitude is. Your attitude is that you suspect the purpose of everything I do? Your attitude is that you think that I, the daughter that you've raised for more than 20 years, do everything with the greatest malice? What else? Li Qianxue looked up at Su Peijian, her gaze indifferent. How do you explain your motive for sending me the video? Motive? That's because I want you to see Su Qingsang's true colors clearly. Su Peijian propped her hands on the desk and looked down at Li Qianxue. What do you think she means? She reunites with you as mother and daughter while following me and being as close as mother and daughter to my mother? Why can't I expose her when she's trying to curry favor with both sides? Li Qianxue thought of the scene where Su Qingsang and Xiang Kaiping were as close as mother and daughter. She thought of Su Qingsang's sweet smile in front of Xiang Kaiping. Her heart was indeed filled with waves of discomfort. But now, seeing Su Peijian like this, she felt even more uncomfortable. She sneered, stood up, and looked at Su Peijian. Are you sure you want to expose her? Don't you want to see me hate her? And then distance myself from her? Su Peijian, you're thinking too much. Don't you know? Su Peijian thought that she knew Li Qianxue very well. She didn't believe that she could really remain indifferent after watching that video. I won't. Li Qianxue stood up straight, as if to testify for her. Peijian, you don't seem to understand that Su Qingsang is different from you. I was indeed a little unhappy when she went to see Xiang Kaiping. But when I calmed down, I felt touched. You can't not know that before Su Qingsang acknowledged me, she treated Xiang Kaiping as her own mother. Once in Japan, Xiang Kaiping even had a conflict with you because of Su Qingsang, right? Xiang Kaiping had given her heart to Su Qingsang. If she had given her heart to Su Qingsang could have ignored it. In the future, she would have been estranged from her. Then, with such a daughter, should I also worry that one day, she would become estranged from me because of someone else? You won't understand. It's because I saw the video you posted that my heart ached for Su Qingsang even more. Because after she acknowledged me, she still didn't forget Xiang Kaiping, which shows that she values relationships. I only feel proud of such a daughter, but I won't feel the slightest distance or even disgust. I think that you, Peijian, will never understand this kind of feeling. Su Peijian's face turned pale. She stood there with a slightly gloomy expression. You actually think that way? Li Qianxue nodded and added, yes, I am. That's what I think. And you, my former daughter, I still want to warn you. No matter how high-sounding you are, you can't hide the darkness in your heart. Peijian. I'll say it again and it will still be the same. In the future, I don't want to interfere with who you want to be with, what kind of life you want to live, or what kind of family you want to integrate into. There's only one thing, and that's Qing Sang and Yusin. They are my bottom line. I hope you understand. They are your bottom line? What about me? What about me? Su Peijian slammed the table hard. It was rare for her to lose control of her emotions. It was already extremely rare for her to be like this. Do we have to be like this between us? I call you Mom. In my heart, you are my mother. Su Peijian couldn't bear the pain. She couldn't control her emotions anymore, and she didn't want to. Mom, if you protect Su Qingsang like this, then what am I? How long has it been since you acknowledged Su Qingsang? 5 months? 6 months? What about me? I called you Mom for 25 years. Mom, is this how you're treating me now? Is this how you're going to trample on me and hurt me for a daughter you've only acknowledged for a few days? Is that right? 25 years can't compare to Su Qingsang's 5 months, right? Whether it's you or my mom, do you all think she's better now? I'm also your daughter. Su Peijian lost control, and her voice was almost roaring. I, Su Peijian, am also your daughter, the daughter you raised for 25 years, and I called you Mom for 25 years. Why are you doing this to me? Su Peijian walked out from behind the desk and walked toward Li Qianxue step by step. You're my mother. I've always treated you as my mother, and I still can't accept Xiang Kaiping. Do you know why? Because in my heart, only you are my mother. I only acknowledge you as my mother. With every step she took, she would ask a question. With every step she took, she would ask a question. Finally, she stood in front of Li Qianxue. Her eyes were resentful, and her face was full of unwillingness. I respect you and love you, even though I know that you're no longer my mother. But I still have hope for you. I thought that one day you would understand that love is not based on blood, but on getting along. I thought that you were just angry at that time. You just hated my dad for swapping my identity with Su Qingsang. When you think it through, you will accept me again. Acknowledge me as your daughter again? But Mom, what are you doing to me now? Mom, what are you saying now? If your daughter is Su Qingsang, then what am I? What am I? She repeated the question again and again. This is your choice. A complicated look flashed across Li Qianxue's eyes, but only for a moment. I didn't chase you away at that time. I even agreed to let you stay in the Li family. You chose to give it up, didn't you? You left the Li family of your own accord, and you left with Xiang Kaiping of your own accord. You cut off all ties with the Li family of your own accord. Li Qianxue was referring to the fact that ever since Su Peijian left the Li family, she hadn't called the Li family or sent Li Qianxue any news. She had separated herself from the Li family a long time ago, and now she was blaming her for giving up on her? She had never given up on her. She had also given Su Peijian some leeway, but she didn't want it. Then what do you want me to do? Do you want me to watch Su Qingsang surpass me? She's kind and gentle. She wouldn't do something like surpassing you. Li Qianxue subconsciously defended Su Qingsang. Su Peijian felt so angry that she wanted to vomit blood. She wouldn't? Why wouldn't she? Mom, in your heart, Su Qingsang is a good person. I am a bad person. But what are you doing now? All I did was send a video, and you rushed over to help her vent her anger. How can this be called kindness? She doesn't know that I came to you. She doesn't know? Even when she doesn't know, she can make you think for her like this. She can make you think for her so wholeheartedly. If she knew, do you think there would be a place for me, Su Peijian, in the Li family, in the Su family? Would there be? Li Qianxue frowned because of Su Peijian's attitude. That's because I know that your mind has changed. She would send that video to her, show such an expression in front of her, and reveal such thoughts. This daughter was no longer the daughter she used to be. I've changed because you guys have changed. You guys changed first. Su Peijian's eyes were red. She tried hard not to cry out. She suddenly stepped forward and looked at Li Qianxue. Mom, I still call you Mom. I'll ask you this once. Can I go back to the Su family now? Are you willing to let me go back to the Su family? I never said that I won't let you stay in the Su family. You can still stay in the Su family. What about Su Qingseng? Is she going to stay too? This question is meaningless. You know very well that she won't pose any threat to you. It's true that she won't pose any threat to me, but she will take everything away from me. Su Peijian put her hands on Li Qianxue's shoulders. She took you away, Yusin away, and Grandpa away. Even her father was snatched away by her. Mom, what I want is very simple. I just want everything to be the same as before. We are still mother and daughter. Yusin is still my brother, and Grandpa is still my grandfather. Why can't we? Mom, I beg you, let us go back to the past, okay? Let us be happy mother and daughter like we used to be, won't you? I promise, as long as you don't let Su Qingsang go back to the Su family, I won't do anything. I can even not marry Hui Yifeng, okay? There were tears in the corners of her eyes, but she stubbornly did not let them fall. For Su Peijian, money and status had become secondary in her heart. She couldn't stand it. She couldn't accept it. It was her family. She thought they were her family, but in the end, they abandoned her. Her eyes were red, and her face was full of hope and desire. She looked at her like this, just like when she was a child. Li Qianxue suddenly turned her face away, not daring to meet Su Peijian's gaze. Impossible. I agree to let you stay at home, but Qingsang will always be a part of the Su family. She will always be your sister. The hope on Su Peijian's face disappeared. She withdrew her hand and took a step back. Mom, in the end, you still decided to give up on me, right? You can coexist, but you don't want it. I don't want it. But why should I want it? Su Peijian gritted her teeth and looked at Li Qianxue. You were the one who said it. You said I was the eldest daughter of the Su family. You said I was your little princess. You said I could want anything in this world that you could give me. Do you remember? On my 17th birthday, you gave me a custom-made sports car. You said that everything I own is unique. If that's the case, why can't I want that unique motherly love? Li Qianxue couldn't answer Su Peijian's question. Times had changed. At that time, she really doted on Su Peijian and really treated her as her little princess. Don't blame me. If you want to blame someone, blame your father. Su Peijian suddenly laughed, her face full of self-mockery. Blame my father? I think I should blame myself. I'm too stupid. I took what you said to coax me seriously. You were just coaxing a child. You said it casually, but I took it seriously. Mom, I just want to continue to be your daughter. Do you have to be so cruel to me? I told you, the person who is cruel to you is not me, it's your father. It's your father who caused all of this pain. It's not me. Li Qianxue felt a little suffocated as she said this. She didn't want to stay any longer. Although Su Peijian's words were sharp, they did affect her. After all, Su Peijian was the daughter she had raised. Faced with such questioning, Li Qianxue really didn't feel good. Peijian, we are mother and daughter. I don't want to mention what you did in the past, and I don't want to pursue it. But in the future, I will never give you a chance to hurt Qingsang again. I won't give you a chance at all. That's all I have to say. Behave yourself in the future. Su Peijian stood there, her body a little stiff and a little stupefied. She listened to Li Qianxue's warning and only felt that it was ironic. So, blood relations were so important? Li Qianxue didn't look at her anymore, turned around, and walked out the door. However, the moment she opened the door, she was completely stunned. This woman was Xiang Kaiping? Although she had seen Xiang Kaiping on the video. But Li Qianxue didn't expect that one day, she would meet Xiang Kaiping in this way. Their eyes met. The two women, who were nearly 100 years old together, didn't move. Su Peijian didn't notice Xiang Kaiping at first. After all, Xiang Kaiping was afraid that she would be unhappy, so she hadn't come to the office for a while. She was still standing there, still sad. Thinking of Li Qianshue's love and concern for Su Qingsang, she felt more and more pain. Look at Su Qingsang. She didn't need to do anything at all to let her easily taste frustration, disappointment, pain, and discomfort. In such a situation, what reason did she have to reconcile with Su Qingsang? How could she return to the Su family without a grudge in such a situation? Continue to be a family with Li Qianxue? No, she didn't want to. She only wished that she had never had a sister like Su Qingsang. She looked in the direction that Li Qianxue left and found that when she stood there without moving, she was a little secretly happy. She thought that Li Qianxue regretted it. However, she soon saw Xiang Kaiping standing face to face with Li Qianxue, motionless. Mom. This mom was very soft. Su Peijian suddenly felt a little guilty. Did Xiang Kaiping hear what she said to Li Qianxue just now? After hearing that mom, Xiang Kaiping looked over Li Qianshue's shoulder and swept in the direction of Su Peijian. Who are you calling? Li Qianxue didn't turn around. She was still standing at the door, looking at Xiang Kaiping. After so many years, it was the first time that she directly faced Xiang Kaiping like this. Compared to the Xiang Kaiping in the video, the Xiang Kaiping in front of her was completely like an ordinary middle-aged woman on the street. However, it was this woman who had no special characteristics at all, who was ordinary and unremarkable. But she had captured Su Qinghui's heart for more than 20 years. Li Qianxue closed her eyes. When she opened them again, she moved on the tips of her feet and wanted to leave. Xiang Kaiping, however, did not move. She stood in front of Li Qianxue and looked sharply in Su Peijian's direction. Chapter 583. Xiang Kaiping didn't look at Li Qianxue at all. She only stared at Su Peijian. Who were you calling Mum, just now? The third time, it was almost a question. Su Peijian stood there, unable to move an inch. The first thought that flashed through her mind was that it was over. Xiang Kaiping heard it. How much did she hear? Did she hear it all, or? Su Peijian felt a flash of panic in her heart. She thought of what she had just said. Mom. Who are you calling Mom? Xiang Kaiping didn't give her a chance to bluff. She took a step forward and stood at the door. This way, she and Li Qianxue stood in a subtle position. Xiang Kaiping faced inside, and Li Qianxue faced outside. The two of them stood next to each other. Li Qianxue frowned slightly at Xiang Caiping's words and at Xiang Caiping's aggressive tone. She turned and was about to walk out. She didn't know if it was a coincidence or not, but Xiang Kaiping happened to be in front of her. Li Qianxue turned her face to look at her. Xiang Kaiping also turned back to look at Li Qianxue at the same time. Their eyes met. This time, there was a subtle hostility in their eyes. Xiang Kaiping was jealous of Li Qianxue, not because Li Qianshue's family background was better than hers or because she was prettier than her, but because Li Qianxue had the daughter of her dreams. Li Qianxue didn't like Xiang Kaiping because she had occupied Su Qinghui's heart for more than 20 years. It was also because Su Qingsang still cared about her. The two of them just looked at each other, neither of them looking away. Su Peijian stood there. She never thought that one day such a situation would happen. Xiang Kaiping was 2 years older than Li Qianxue, but the gap between the two of them seemed to be more than 2 years. Xiang Kaiping had spent so many years missing her daughter and regretting sending her away. Half of her hair had turned white. Her clothes weren't old-fashioned, but the dark coat made her look 2 years older than her actual age. On the other hand, Li Qianxue had her own obsession, except for the matter of Su Qinghui. More than 20 years of pampered life made her look elegant and noble. He was dressed in a bright yellow, custom-made jacket. Her long hair was tied up, and the diamond earrings on her earlobes made her look even more noble. Xiang Kaiping had always been proud of herself. For so many years, no matter what she did, she had always relied on herself. Every step he took was the result of his own hard work. But now that she was facing Li Qianxue, the negative emotions that she had once ignored suddenly emerged at this moment. She forced herself not to look away, but when she saw the radiant Li Qianxue, she felt an uncontrollable inferiority complex. In order not to lose, she stared at Li Qianshue's face, but her eyes turned to Su Peijian. Peijian, who are you calling mom just now? Can you tell me about it? The hostility in her eyes was clear. However, Li Qianxue did not back down. She had already lost Su Qinghui's heart. She couldn't lose her dignity too. Looking at Li Qianxue, Xiang Kaiping felt a fire burning in her heart. The fire had almost burned her out of her senses. She had always known that Su Peijian was unwilling to acknowledge her as her mother. But she didn't expect to hear Su Peijian say something like that. In order to go back to the Su family, she actually begged Li Qianxue? Begged the woman she had hated for almost her entire life? She couldn't help but glare at Li Qianxue, her eyes filled with anger and resentment. Peijian, you want to go back to the Su family so badly, don't you? Since you don't regard me as your mother, since you still regard her as your mother, then go back. My temple here is too small for a big Buddha like you. Su Peijian looked at Xiang Kaiping, her lips moving. She had been unscrupulously enjoying the care and obedience that Xiang Kaiping gave her. In her mind, even if the whole world didn't want her anymore, Xiang Kaiping wouldn't abandon her. They were mother and daughter who were related by blood. But now, Xiang Kaiping actually said that she didn't want her anymore. She felt a little weak in her legs. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter what I say. What matters is what you are thinking. Since you are unwilling to acknowledge me and don't regard me as your mother, then go with her. Are you chasing me away? It's not that I'm chasing you away, but you don't want to stay. Xiang Kaiping finally looked away from Li Qianxue and turned to look at Su Peijian. Since you don't want to be my daughter, then go. Xiang Kaiping had been very depressed during this period of time. This kind of feeling was something she had never felt when she was with Su Qingseng. She always had to be careful when dealing with Su Peijian. She was always worried that she might say something wrong or do something wrong, which would cause Su Peijian to retaliate and make her unhappy. Although she used to care about Su Qingsang's thoughts. But Su Qingsang wouldn't let her have such feelings. She understood the gap in Su Peijian's heart and had been working hard to make up for it, trying to be a good mother. To be honest, the time she had spent with Su Peijian was about the same as the few months when Su Qingsang recognized her. She had done no less for Su Peijian than Su Qingsang. However, she could warm Su Qingsang's heart, but she couldn't make Su Peijian accept her. If it were any other situation, Xiang Kaiping would never say such a thing. But today, Li Qianxue was also by her side. Li Qianxue didn't want her daughter, but she treated her like a treasure. This understanding must have come to her, coupled with what had happened before. Xiang Kaiping suddenly didn't want to endure it anymore. In the past so many years, she had survived alone. Without Su Qingsang, without Su Peijian, she could also live on alone. She didn't want Su Peijian's hypocrisy. If she really couldn't forget Li Qianxue, then go back. She would pretend that she had never had this daughter. You can leave me. I agree that you can leave. You don't have to force yourself to call me mom in front of me. You don't have to pretend that you have accepted me in front of me. You don't have to. And she didn't need to be careful, worried that one day she would say or do something wrong and offend her. Su Peijian's lips moved. She didn't expect that the video she sent would make things like this. This wasn't the result she wanted. She didn't want this. The person who would be hated by the two mothers was Su Qingsang, wasn't it? The person who would be hated and despised by them was Su Qingsang, wasn't it? Clearly, Su Qingsang was the one who wanted to please both sides. How did she become the one who was being despised by both sides? Subconsciously, out of habit for more than 20 years, her gaze fell on Li Qianxue. She wanted Li Qianxue to give her some comfort and an answer. Li Qianxue didn't say anything. When she saw Su Peijian's expectant and almost pleading gaze, her heart trembled. Su Peijian's lips trembled slightly. She didn't say the word, mom, but her eyes already contained that meaning. Li Qianxue understood that she was her escape route. Su Peijian treated her as a life-saving straw. She should go against Xiang Kaiping and keep Su Peijian. Let her go home with her. But she couldn't. She felt the corner of Xiang Caiping's eyes fall on her. She felt that she seemed to be waiting for her decision. Finally, Li Qianxue's hands, which were hanging by her side, slightly tightened, and she looked at Su Peijian deeply. He calmly averted his gaze. Looking at Xiang Caiping's determined face, the corners of her lips slightly curled up. "You don't have to say such things in front of me. Because she is no longer my daughter." Su Peijian's body trembled. Xiang Caiping's eyes widened and she looked at Li Qianxue sharply. However, as if she didn't feel their gazes, Su Peijian raised her head and walked away in her high heels. Her action was like a slap on Su Peijian's face. "Mom." It was very low and very light, as if it was a whisper. She looked at Li Qianxue's disappearing figure behind the door in disbelief. She couldn't accept that Li Qianxue had really abandoned her like this. She was her daughter. When she turned around again, she found that Xiang Caiping was also looking at her. Her gaze was complicated, and there was a faint trace of pity in it. Su Peijian's heart ached. She suddenly took a few steps forward and walked in front of Xiang Caiping. "Mom, what you said just now was a joke, wasn't it? Mom, you won't abandon me, will you?" Xiang Caiping looked at Su Peijian. She already didn't know what to do with this daughter of hers. "Peijian, it's not that I don't want you. It's that you don't want me. I didn't. I didn't. I'm just. You just can't forget Li Qianxue. You just can't forget your rich life in the Su family. You just can't forget your mother-daughter relationship with Li Qianxue for more than 20 years. Su Peijian wanted to shake her head, but she couldn't defend herself. Xiang Caiping sighed in her heart. "Peijian, admit it. You don't see me as your mother at all. You don't want me as your mother either. If that's the case, why force yourself?" Su Peijian was speechless. She had always been eloquent, but at this moment, she couldn't find the words to defend herself. Xiang Caiping didn't need her to defend herself. She let out a long sigh and took a step back. "Peijian, I don't blame you for not wanting to acknowledge me. I won't take back what I've given you. As for the future, you're on your own." She turned to leave, but Su Peijian stepped forward and grabbed her arm. Don't go. Mom, listen to me. I was wrong. I was really wrong. I acknowledge you. I really do recognize you. I also really accept you. You can't abandon me. You can't abandon me." Xiang Caiping's body stiffened. She couldn't see Su Peijian's expression behind her, but she could feel the strength that Su Peijian used to hold her hand. She stood there, listening to Su Peijian's voice behind her. She raised her hand and calmly pried Su Peijian's fingers away. She turned to face Su Peijian. Her expression was the same as when Li Qianxue was about to leave, calm and indifferent. "Peijian, I'm not your driftwood. You came to me without someone to rely on. When you had someone to rely on, you threw me aside. I'm not a passerby. I'm your mother. If you can't understand this, don't come back to me." After all, Su Peijian was her flesh and blood. Xiang Caiping didn't want to see Su Peijian suffer too much. "Peijian, if you're really willing to acknowledge me as your mother and want me to be your mother, the door of the house is always open and you're welcome to come back. But you can also think clearly about whether you really want me as your mother." Xiang Caiping finished speaking and left. The office suddenly became quiet. Su Peijian's body fell to the ground. She didn't get up. She just sat there, looking sluggish. Her eyes were a little empty as she stared at the empty corridor. After a long time, she suddenly stood up, walked back to the desk, and swept everything on the desk to the ground. "Go. I'll go. Who wants you? Who wants you?" She didn't want them. She didn't want a mother like these people. "Don't you like Su Qingsang? Go and like her. Don't you want me? Then one day, I'll make you regret it." She must make them regret it. She must let them know that she, Su Peijian, was not a dog that they raised. If they wanted her, they wanted to throw her away. Su Qingsang, Su Qingsang. Everything was because of Su Qingsang. Su Qingsang changed out of her doctor's robe and left the office. She was shocked when she saw the familiar figure in the corridor. "Dad, didn't they agree on this?" Yesterday, it was Li Qianxue. Today, it was Su Qinghui. She took a few steps forward and called out in a low voice. Su Qinghui's eyes were fixed on the photo on the wall. In the photo, Su Qingsang was wearing a doctor's robe, looking radiant and energetic. Her eyes were full of confidence, and her smile was full of beauty. He didn't seem to have seen a daughter like this. Hearing Su Qingsang call him, he turned his face and smiled at her. "You're off work?" Su Qingsang nodded and looked at Su Qinghui. It was already past the Dragon Boat Festival, and the weather in Rong City was getting hot. Su Qinghui was wearing a very formal three-piece dark suit. His hair was meticulously combed back. It looked like he had just met someone and came over. "Dad, why are you here?" You're off work, aren't you? Then let's have dinner together?" Su Qinghui suggested. Su Qingsang thought of Li Qianxue at home and hesitated, but in the end, she nodded. Su Qingsang picked a good Cantonese restaurant nearby. Su Qinghui had lived with old Master Li for many years, so his taste was relatively light. After ordering, he called home and said that he wouldn't be back for dinner that night. Then he told Li Qianxue. She was afraid that Li Qianxue would overthink, so she only said that she had something to do at the hospital. Li Qianxue's voice didn't sound quite right. Su Qingsang wanted to ask, but Su Qinghui was sitting across from her. She had no choice but to hang up the phone, then picked up the teapot on the table and poured a cup of tea for Su Qinghui. "Dad, have some tea." Su Qinghui glanced at her and took the cup of tea. There was a trace of emotion in his eyes. "Were you talking to your mother just now?" "Yes." Su Qinghui came to Rong City and met Li Qianxue. It was impossible to lie to him that Li Qianxue wasn't at her place. "Your mother, how is she?" Looking at Li Qianxue's appearance yesterday, she was obviously very angry. It seemed that her anger hadn't subsided yet. Her personality had always been like that. She only believed what her eyes saw and what her heart believed. In the past, he was very proud of her personality. It was as if Li Qianxue had set her mind on him. No matter how he treated her, she would love him and never leave him. Now, he began to worry about her personality, because this kind of Li Qianxue made Su Qinghui feel a kind of anxiety. He didn't know how to make her move. Su Qingsang didn't answer his question. "Dad, why did you come to Rong City? Can't I come to see you if I have nothing to do?" "Of course you can." It just made her a little surprised and a little flattered. "Dad, did you go to see Auntie?" "No." Knowing what Su Qingsang wanted to ask, Su Qinghui answered her generously. "Do you think I came to Rong City for Kaiping? Wasn't it? I came to Rong City to discuss business. You should have heard from Yusin that I opened a new small company. It's just started, and it looks good at the moment. But because I don't have the support of the Li family, and I don't plan to use my previous network, I have to do a lot of things on my own." Su Qingsang didn't say anything. She didn't understand business matters. Even if Su Qinghui said it, she couldn't help. "I finished talking with a client today and was going to treat him to a meal. But he happened to be busy. I heard from Yusin that you were at the first hospital. I saw that the address on the map was very close, so I came to see you." Su Qingsang nodded and poured a cup of tea for Su Qinghui. But she didn't say anything. Although they had been father and daughter for many years, because of the previous reasons, her relationship with Su Qinghui wasn't considered close. Most of the time when they sat together, they didn't say anything. "Your mother, how is she? I know she is at your place." This was the second time Su Qinghui asked about Li Qianxue. Su Qingsang looked up at him and found that she didn't quite understand this man, who was her father. "Dad, are you concerned about my mother?" "Of course, can't I care about her?" "I don't mean that." Thinking of what Li Qianxue said yesterday, thinking of the look on her face when she talked about Su Qinghui with hatred. Previously in Rong City, I encouraged you to win my mother's forgiveness. But I saw my mother yesterday, and she seemed to have some misunderstanding about you. It was polite to say that there was some misunderstanding. In fact, Li Qianxue didn't seem to have any misunderstanding about Su Qinghui. She was already prejudiced against Su Qinghui. She hated him from the bottom of her heart. "I know." Su Qinghui nodded. Li Qianxue's words on the plane yesterday made him understand what she meant. "Your mother has some misunderstanding about me. This is another reason why I came to see you today. Dad, you don't want me to help you explain to my mother, do you?" Su Qingsang looked a little conflicted. Her eyebrows were full of disapproval. Of course not. It's something that I can explain to myself. I just want you to help me get my mother to agree to see me. She seems to be very angry with me. She doesn't answer all my calls and doesn't reply to my messages. Even when I change my number and call her, as long as she hears my voice, she will hang up the phone. Su Qinghui looked a little helpless and self-deprecating. I just want you to help me see your mother. Su Qingsang bit her lip and looked a little embarrassed. Su Qinghui was her father. She should agree to him, but thinking of Li Qianshue's appearance yesterday, she shook her head firmly. I'm sorry. I can't help you with this. Su Qinghui was stunned for a moment, and his eyes seemed to be a little surprised. Qingsang, last time you said, I was wrong. I was wrong. Su Qingsang admitted her mistake and apologized to Su Qinghui. She lowered her head and looked a little embarrassed. I'm sorry, Dad. I should have helped you. But I can't. The way Li Qianxue acted the day before was really not quite right. The problem between her and Su Qinghui was not something that could be solved with the word misunderstanding. Li Qianxue was emotionally unstable these days. If she helped Su Qinghui again, maybe Li Qianxue would think too much. If you really want to get my mother back, you'd better find a way yourself. I promised my mother that I wouldn't mention you in front of her. Su Qinghui's face turned pale, and a bitter smile appeared on his elegant face. Can I even mention it? Does she hate me so much? Su Qingsang was a little embarrassed and really couldn't answer. Soon, the waiter began to serve the dishes. She breathed a sigh of relief. After that, Su Qinghui finally didn't ask Su Qingsang to help him anymore. The dishes were served one by one. Su Qingsang was the one who ordered the dishes. She ordered according to Su Qinghui's habits in Lin City. Just now, Su Qinghui had something on his mind, so he didn't pay attention to what Su Qingsang ordered. Now that all the dishes were on the table, he looked at the dishes on the table, and his mood suddenly became a little complicated. At that time, he didn't feel without guilt for changing the identity of his daughter. However, under the circumstances at that time, Su Qinghui forced himself to suppress the guilt. When the identity of the two of them was revealed, Su Qingsang and Su Peijian's reactions and behavior to each other made the two daughters immediately see who was better. Especially now, Su Qingsang didn't even ask and directly ordered the dishes that he usually liked. This made him think of the times when he went out to eat with Su Peijian. 9 out of 10 times, he would go according to Su Peijian's taste. Although it was a small thing, Su Qingsang's actions warmed Su Qinghui's heart, which had been tired and wandering for a long time, and made him feel a little more at ease. Qingsang, just pretend that I didn't say what I said just now. Don't worry about Dad. You're right, I really have to rely on myself to get your mother's forgiveness, not on you guys. This time, it was Su Qingsang's turn to be surprised. Su Qinghui smiled. He shook his head gently and said, I've lived half my life. There are some things that I have to accept and take lightly. If I have to rely on others to get the person I love, how can it be considered true love? His words were already quite philosophical. Su Qingsang smiled, and there was a flash of emotion on her face. Dad, you can think like this. If you can think like this, I believe that Mom's heart is not made of stone. One day, she will accept you. Really? Of course it's true. Thank you for your kind words. Su Qinghui smiled. His smile was full of love. Qingsang, thank you. What are you thanking me for? I'm your daughter. Su Qinghui was slightly stunned, but he quickly reacted and spoke as if he was a little emotional. You're my daughter. A daughter that he had always ignored, owed, and ignored. Chapter 584. When Su Qingsang returned home, Li Qianxue and Hu Jinyao were sitting on the sofa outside. She didn't know what they were talking about, but the atmosphere was quite good. This surprised her. She could understand why Hu Jinyao had a good relationship with Xiang Kaiping. However, she was surprised that he had a good relationship with Li Qianxue. Mom Jinyao. Qingsang, you're back? When Li Qianxue saw Su Qingsang, The smile on her face changed from the politeness she had shown to Hu Jinyao just now. Come here. I went shopping today and bought some things for you. After leaving Su Peijian's place today, she went shopping for a while and bought a lot of things. She actually didn't particularly like shopping, but she was a little upset. No matter what, Su Peijian was her daughter for so many years. She wasn't as indifferent as she appeared to be. If possible, she also hoped to continue being a filial mother with Su Peijian. But they both knew that it was impossible. She couldn't forget what Su Qinghui had done. She couldn't forget that Su Peijian had enjoyed so many years of her love in place of her biological daughter, and Su Qingsang had suffered so many years of grievance. If she and Su Peijian loved each other, then what about Su Qingsang? How could she face Su Qingsang? These are the clothes I bought for you. These are the shoes, and these are the jewelry I bought for you. Take a look. Do you like them? Mom, you bought too much. Every time, Li Qianxue liked to buy a lot of things for her. Her cloakroom was almost filled to the brim. Not much. This isn't just for you. There are also some for Jinyao. When talking about Hu Jinyao, Li Qianxue's tone was a little casual. It was as if she just bought it casually. In fact, it was true. She treated her son-in-law well only because he treated her daughter well. That was why she treated her son-in-law well. Li Qianxue wouldn't admit that she actually admired Hu Jinyao, especially after the conversation just now. The cooperation between the two companies had been going smoothly recently, and Hu Jinyao also admired Li Qianxue. To be honest, it was quite rare for someone at this age to be willing to take on a new role and be able to do it with ease after a short period of adaptation. Thinking of Su Peijian's recent actions, Hu Jinyao's eyes dimmed. It had to be said that Su Peijian was very talented in business. Naturally, she had inherited this talent from her father. However, his foresight, methods, and style of doing things were the result of Li Qianxue and Su Qinghui's training. In this aspect, Su Qingsang was at a disadvantage. Li Qianxue picked up one of the clothes and asked Su Qingsang to try it on. When I first saw this one, I thought it suited you very well. Go ahead and try. All right. Su Qingsang didn't want to reject Li Qianxue's good intentions, so she got up and changed. When she came out again, she saw that Hu Jinyao and Li Qianxue were both stunned. Li Qianxue had good taste. Su Qingsang rarely wore bright yellow dresses. But today, he found that the color was surprisingly suitable. He looked down at his body and turned around. How is it? I knew it would suit you. Don't you agree? Li Qianxue turned around and gave Hu Jinyao a look as if she was doing him a favor. The corners of Hu Jinyao's mouth turned up slightly as he looked at Su Qingsang's new look. The dress is very beautiful. Mom has good taste. Of course. Li Qianxue's eyes were a little proud. She picked up another dress on the side and was about to let Su Qingsang try it on. Su Qingsang waved her hand. Do you want me to stay up tonight with so many clothes? That's true. You must be tired today, right? Is the hospital very busy tonight? Don't be too tired. Take care of yourself. Let me tell you, your health is your capital. Mom, you say that to me, a doctor, as if you are a doctor. Then you don't take care of your body, so I can only nag a little more. Thank you for your concern, Mom. Don't worry. I will take care of my body. Her concern made Su Qingsang very happy. She looked at Li Qianxue. In fact, deducting the stubbornness in her personality and the series of problems caused by obsession in her early years, whether it was a mother or a wife, Li Qianxue was a very qualified role. Thinking of what Su Qinghui asked her to say today, she suddenly felt a little conflicted. Should she pass on the message for Su Qinghui? She hadn't decided this question until she was about to go to bed at night. Where did you go tonight? It was night. Hu Jinyao put his arm around Su Qingsang's waist and gently squeezed her palm. You didn't go to the hospital, did you? Because Li Qianxue came. Hu Jinyao came home earlier today. When Su Qingsang called, he was also by her side. Su Qingsang's tone was a little strange. Li Qianxue didn't hear it, but he did. How did you know? Su Qingsang was a little surprised at his sharpness. I'm your husband. How do you think I know? Su Qingsang smiled. She liked Hu Jinyao's answer. She raised her head and kissed him on the chin. My dad is here too. Su Qinghui? Hua Jinyao frowned slightly. He already knew that Su Qinghui had come to Rong City. I'm afraid he didn't just want to see you as his daughter, did he? Su Qingsang shook her head. Meeting Hua Jinyao's penetrating gaze, she leaned over and kissed him again. My husband is so smart. Hua Jinyao's words were very warm. He pinched the tip of her nose and said, You're so smart, of course. Your husband has to be smarter. Don't you think so? Yes. You're handsome. Everything you say is right. Su Qingsang briefly told him the purpose of Su Qinghui's visit today. Then, she told Hua Jinyao about the conversation and his final decision. I think my dad has changed a lot since the divorce. Do you think this change is good or bad? Of course it's good. At least, Su Qingsang would never have imagined that she would sit down and eat with Su Qinghui peacefully. She could feel Su Qinghui's closeness to her. This closeness might be because he felt guilty, or it might be because he suddenly found out that he had a daughter. Either way, she liked this closeness. After all, he was her biological father. No one in the world could really ignore the feelings of their parents and elders. She didn't know that Su Qinghui not only felt guilty for her, but also had a new understanding and appreciation for his daughter from the bottom of his heart. Those emotions made him unconsciously start to slowly put his heart on Su Qingsang. He wanted to get along with this daughter again, get to know her again, and cultivate a father-daughter relationship again. This was Su Qinghui's determination, whether it was for his wife or daughter. He wanted to make up for it bit by bit through his own efforts. And Su Qingsang didn't know his determination now. But she could feel Su Qinghui's seriousness in the future. Do you think I should tell my mother what my dad said today? I don't think so. Hua Jinyao wasn't being mean. It was the truth. Since he thinks he doesn't need you to explain for him, you might as well not say anything. In fact, I'm also sincerely suggesting that no matter what misunderstanding your mother has with your father, no matter whether your mother still has feelings for your father or not, don't get involved in their affairs in the future. I know. I don't want to get involved either. In fact, I think my mother will make her own judgment. Although I really want to explain it to her on behalf of my father. But you're right. This is really not something I can get involved in. It's good that you know. Hua Jinyao was afraid that Su Qingsang would intervene. He could tell that Li Qianxue minded the closeness between Su Qinghui and the two children. If Su Qingsang had done too much or said too much, Hua Jinyao would have been shocked. It might give Li Qianxue the feeling that her daughter was not close to her, and that would not be good. Naturally, Su Qingsang could also think of what he could think of. Don't worry. I said I won't interfere, and I really won't. This was also a test. If Su Qinghui's feelings were real, he would not give up easily, even without any help. If he would give up just because of a little difficulty or a little misunderstanding, she would support Li Qianxue to find another one. Li Qianxue was only in her 40s. She was still very young. The Heavenly Queen even found someone younger than her by more than 10 years. With Li Qianxue's qualifications, it was entirely possible. Thinking of this, Su Qingsang suddenly smiled. Hua Jinyao looked at her, turned over, and pressed himself on top of her. What are you laughing at? Nothing, I thought of my mother. You said that she is still young and good-looking, right? Needless to say, she might not forgive my father. Instead, she will learn from that Heavenly Queen and find a man younger than her by more than 10 years. What are you thinking about? I'm just thinking about it. I think it'll be fun if that day really comes. Su Qingsang just said it casually, but she didn't expect that she would hit the nail on the head. In the future, a man who was many years younger than Li Qianxue would chase after her and not let go. Of course, this was a story for another time. Do you really want to find yourself a stepfather? No. If that day comes, my father will be pitiful. Don't worry. I think your father is determined. He won't let that day come. Su Qingsang thought of what Su Qinghui said today and nodded. That was true. How could Su Qinghui let go? She just didn't know how long it would take for him to move Li Qianxue's heart. Su Qinghui really didn't intend to let Su Qingsang put in a good word for him. However, this didn't stop him from cheating a little. For example, he went to Su Qingsang and Hua Jinyao's home. He didn't think that Li Qianxue would stay in a hotel when she came all the way to see her daughter. With Li Qianxue's personality, she probably wanted to spend 24 hours with Su Qingsang to cultivate their relationship. He guessed right. When Su Qinghui came to visit, Li Qianxue had just woken up. Yesterday, she talked to Su Qingsang for a long time and didn't even get up for breakfast. When she got up, Auntie Yu was already there. Because Li Qianxue was in Rong City, Su Qingsang asked Auntie Yu to come over to cook for the next few days. It was Auntie Yu who opened the door for Su Qinghui. She didn't know Su Qinghui, but after hearing that he was Su Qingsang's father and seeing that he looked somewhat similar to Su Qingsang, she didn't think much and let him in. Li Qianxue had just come out of the room. Although she had changed her clothes, her hair hadn't been combed and she hadn't put on makeup. He looked as if he had just woken up lazily. She raised her hand to her lips and yawned. However, before she finished yawning, she saw Su Qinghui standing in the living room. Li Qianxue froze, and she stopped yawning halfway. Her entire body revealed an extremely awkward posture. Su Qinghui suddenly smiled. He didn't seem to have seen this side of Li Qianxue. A woman at such a young age looked a little cute because of this action. This also made the smile in his eyes deepen. His smile fell into Li Qianxue's eyes, and it was obvious that he was mocking her. She restrained her expression and her eyes turned cold. "What are you doing here?" "I came to look for you." Su Qinghui told the truth. "On the plane the day before yesterday, there are many things I haven't told you. Unfortunately, I don't want to hear it from you." Li Qianxue thought of the reason why he was here, and her expression turned a little ugly. "Did Qingsang tell you the address?" Su Qinghui shook his head. "My daughter is very biased towards you. She told me that she wouldn't speak for me." Li Qianxue was a little suspicious and didn't believe Su Qinghui's words. "It's true. I asked around for a long time before I got the address here." When facing the suspicion in Li Qianxue's eyes, Su Qinghui was a little helpless. "Qianxue, no matter what, Qingsang is my daughter. It doesn't seem strange for me to ask for the address of my daughter's residence, does it?" Of course it wasn't strange, but they went to work. "If you want to look for Qingsang, you can go to her hospital. If you want to look for Hua Jinyao, you can go to Tianyu Group." "Qianxue, I think I just said that I'm here to look for you. I think I just said that I have nothing to say to you. If you have nothing to say, you can listen to me." Su Qinghui was still gentle. There was a faint, extremely elegant smile on his face. The way he looked at Li Qianxue was as if he was tolerating a willful child. Li Qianxue suddenly felt a little annoyed. What did he mean by this? In the past, when she liked him and loved him, she couldn't even beg Su Qinghui to look at her like this. Now that he really looked at her like this, Li Qianxue only felt disgusted. He was pretending. She hated him when she saw him. She wanted to say a few sarcastic words. At that moment, Auntie Yu came out with snacks and tea. She put down the tray and said to Li Qianxue, "Breakfast is ready. Do you want to eat it now, or do you want me to heat it up for you?" "Eat it now." Li Qianxue glanced at Su Qinghui. The hint in her eyes was very obvious. Su Qinghui acted as if he didn't see it and turned to Auntie Yu. "I haven't eaten yet either. The breakfast you made should be enough, right?" "It's enough." Auntie Yu didn't know that the two of them didn't have a good relationship. She just thought that they were here to see their daughter and son-in-law together. "Sir, madam, breakfast is very big. Hurry up and eat, or it'll be cold later." Li Qianxue gritted her teeth. Her plan to chase Su Qinghui away had failed. She glared at him and decided to ignore him and go straight to eat. Neither Hua Jinyao nor Su Qingsang liked Western food. The two of them had similar tastes in this aspect. The breakfast Auntie Yu prepared today was also Chinese. Millet porridge, shrimp dumplings, spring rolls, and fried eggs. She had just scooped a bowl of porridge. Because she was closer to Su Qinghui, she handed it to him. Unexpectedly, when Su Qinghui took it, he placed it in front of Li Qianxue. "Qianxue, your porridge." Li Qianxue didn't take it. Instead, she glanced at Auntie Yu and said, "Auntie Yu, please get another bowl." Auntie Yu looked at Li Qianxue and then at Su Qinghui. She was sensitive and seemed to notice that something was wrong. She quickly scooped the porridge and didn't stay for long. She turned around and said that she had to clean up and went into the kitchen. Li Qianxue took the porridge and didn't look at Su Qinghui. She let him hold the bowl of porridge in the air, looking a little awkward. Su Qinghui put the bowl back to his seat and picked up a crystal shrimp dumpling and put it on the small plate in front of Li Qianxue. I remember that you like to eat this. Li Qianxue looked at the shrimp dumpling and then at Su Qinghui. There was a hint of mockery in her eyes. She picked up the shrimp dumpling and threw it back on the original plate without thinking. Su Qinghui wasn't angry at such a rude action. You don't like it? Then have a fried egg? Su Qinghui. Li Qianxue suddenly spoke. Her voice was extremely cold and there was a hint of hatred in it. Can you let me have a meal in peace? Qianxue, if you say one more word, I'll leave right now. Li Qianxue really felt uncomfortable in her heart. The breakfast on the table was what she used to eat at the Li family's house. Needless to say, it was because Su Qingsang thought that these were her preferences, so she asked Auntie Yu to specially make them. But the truth was that these weren't what she liked to eat. These were all what Su Qinghui liked. Because she loved Su Qinghui in the past few years, she had always treated Su Qinghui's hobbies as her own. Su Qingsang didn't know that she cooked these dishes out of filial piety as a daughter. But Su Qinghui didn't know either, and he even pretended to say that she liked them. This made her feel sick. Realizing that her emotions seemed to be fluctuating again, she forced herself to calm down. After all, she had already made up her mind and told herself that she would never be affected by Su Qinghui again. Her attitude made Su Qinghui silent. He didn't want to curry favor anymore. Instead, he quietly lowered his head to eat. Auntie Yu's cooking was indeed good, but now, neither of them was really in the mood for breakfast. They finished the breakfast in an almost eerily quiet environment. Su Qinghui didn't eat much, and Li Qianxue ate even less. After eating, Li Qianxue got up and walked towards the living room. Su Qinghui was faster than her and stopped her before she could go back to her room. Qianxue, I have something to say to you. You, Su Qinghui. I don't want to listen to you. That's the first thing. Second, I don't want to see you either. Please leave. Qianxue, this doesn't seem to be the Li family anymore. Su Qinghui revealed a rare expression that was almost like a rascal. This is Hu Jinyao's house. Don't forget, Hu Jinyao is also my son-in-law. Shameless. Li Qianxue was angry. She nodded hatefully. This is your your son-in-law's house, right? Fine, if you like to stay, you can stay. I'll stay in a hotel, okay? After saying this, she walked straight to her room. She planned to pack her luggage and leave. Su Qinghui hurriedly followed behind her. The moment she entered the room and was about to close the door, he quickly blocked her door with his foot, flashed in, and closed the door at the same time. Li Qianxue was furious. Su Qinghui, don't go too far. For the sake of the child, I've tolerated you again and again. Don't force me. Qianxue. Su Qinghui restrained his expression, and his eyes were extremely serious. I've never forced you. I really just want to say a few words to you. A few words is enough. If you're done listening, you still want to chase me away. I'll leave right away. Li Qianxue nodded, the anger on her face unchanged. Okay, a few words, right? Say it. I'll give you 5 minutes. Her attitude was so sharp that Su Qinghui felt very uncomfortable. However, he had to calm himself down. He took a step forward, wanting to stand in front of Li Qianxue. However, she took a step back, her eyes cold. Don't come any closer. Just stand there and speak. Su Qinghui raised his hands and didn't move forward. Qianxue, you said before that I came to Rong City to see Xiang Kaiping. I want to tell you that's not the case. This is actually the first time I've come to Rong City after our divorce. I'm here because I have a business deal to discuss. It has nothing to do with Xiang Kaiping. I think it's fate that I met you. This is the comfort that God has given me. I'm very happy. Even if you misunderstand me, I'm still very happy. But I don't want you to misunderstand me for too long. I know you won't believe me, But I still want to tell you one more time. The person I love now is you. It's you, Li Qianxue. Not Xiang Kaiping, not any other woman. I want to start over with you, not because you're the daughter of the Li family, and not because you have the Li family behind you. It's because you're Li Qianxue. You're me, the woman I love the most. Li Qianxue stood there without moving, waiting for Su Qinghui to finish. When he finished, she raised her eyebrows slightly. Are you done? No. Su Qinghui shook his head. In fact, I hope that you can consider giving me a chance. I'm not asking you to forgive me immediately. I just hope that you won't chase me away and don't doubt my feelings for you. It's over? Su Qinghui didn't know what to do because of her indifference. However, he still nodded. It's over. Li Qianxue looked at the time and pointed in the direction of the door. 5 minutes are up. You can go now. Qianxue? What? I'm not talking about you. You just had to say a few words, and now you're done. You can go now. Qianxue. Please call me by my full name. Or you can call me Miss Li or President Li. Don't call my name. I'm not that close to you. Su Qinghui's face darkened. Qianxue, what I said is true. I believe you. Li Qianxue nodded. She looked like she believed him, but in fact, she didn't believe a word of it. But so what? You. Su Qinghui, you love me, so I have to be grateful and accept it with tears of gratitude? Su Qinghui didn't know what to say. Chapter 585. When Li Qianxue said this, there was not much accusation on her face. However, the mockery in his eyes was clear. Su Qinghui's face suddenly turned pale. Li Qianxue sneered, You should remember what you have done, right? There were some things that I could still remember clearly even though it had been more than 20 years. I'm sure your memory isn't that bad, right? Su Qinghui was speechless. Li Qianxue continued, Su Qinghui, I used to be blind, and all I wanted was your love. Only later did I realize how stupid I was. Because I overestimated myself, I gave you the opportunity to hurt me again and again. Even the chance to hurt my child. I'm telling you right now, it won't happen again. It won't happen again. Qianxue. I didn't. He wanted to explain, but he swallowed his words under Li Qianxue's sharp gaze. Li Qianxue stared at Su Qinghui's face without any emotion. You thought you said you loved me, and you thought you regretted it. I have to forgive you? With you? Su Qinghui, who gave you the confidence and courage to say such shameless words. But I don't believe a single word you said, not a single punctuation. So you don't have to say anything. Qianxue. It wasn't that Su Qinghui hadn't expected to encounter such a situation. But when such a situation really happened, he really felt a strong sense of helplessness. What do I have to do to make you forgive me? I'll never forgive you. I said forever. Li Qianxue didn't mind making it clearer. No matter what you do or say, I won't believe a single word you say. Whatever you want, I won't give it to you. Su Qinghui. After the divorce, you and I will only be strangers. If you are willing, then we can part ways and live our own lives. But if you're not willing, or if you're still coveting something that you don't deserve, then you'll have to pay for it. If so, you might be disappointed. I didn't. Su Qinghui hurriedly explained, Qianxue, what I said is true. My feelings for you are serious. I'm serious too. Li Qianxue interrupted him, and her gaze suddenly became extremely sharp. I'm serious. Su Qinghui, don't do anything that you and I will regret. I'm not afraid to tell you that not only will my heart not soften because of your words, even your precious daughter will not be able to soften my heart in the slightest. Precious daughter? Surprise flashed across Su Qinghui's face. You mean Peijian? What happened to her? Feeling heartache? Are you anxious? Li Qianxue smiled, even though there was a hint of bitterness in the depths of her smile. After all, she was the daughter she had raised, but now she had become a tool to deal with Su Qinghui. It would be a lie to say that he wasn't shaken at all. But this was the only and fastest way to make Su Qinghui give up. You probably don't know, right? Your daughter, Su Peijian. Yesterday, she cried and begged me to recognize her again and bring her back to the Su family. Don't you think it's ridiculous? Qianxue? Su Qinghui's body shook. He stood there in a daze. Even though he had a disagreement with Su Peijian because of some things, she was still his beloved daughter for many years. Are you upset? Su Qinghui, you deserve this. You're the one who hurt her. Do you know that when she begged me, she looked exactly the same as you just now? I should have recorded it and showed it to you. You father and daughter are really alike. Qianxue, don't say any more. Su Qinghui's shoulders drooped, and he exuded a dejected aura. Qianxue Peijian, she is actually innocent. If possible, please don't hurt her. He had wronged not only Su Qingsang and Li Qianxue, but also Su Peijian. She was right. He shouldn't have given her such an identity and then cruelly thrown her down from a high place. He seemed to be a failure and had been doing wrong things. He had wronged too many people. Su Qinghui, if you don't want me to hurt your precious daughter, then please stay away from me. Whether it was by chance or on purpose, I don't want to see you. To put it simply and directly. If possible, even if you see me in the future, please take a detour. Stay away from me, can you? When Li Qianxue said this, she didn't forget to reveal an extremely proud smile. Of course, if you don't want to, I don't mind doing something to Su Peijian. You know, I have the ability to. After all, she wants to be my daughter wholeheartedly. She loves me and cares about me, doesn't she? Qianxue, I beg you. Don't say any more. You won't. You're not that kind of person. Peijian, she's also your daughter. She's not. My daughter is Su Qingsang. I hope you remember this. Li Qianxue took a step forward and glared at Su Qinghui. Su Peijian is not my daughter. Let me tell you, even if I raised her for more than 20 years, even if she had a mother-daughter relationship with me for more than 20 years, it can't make up for the mistakes you've made and the sins you've committed. Do you think I'll show mercy to her for the sake of our mother-daughter relationship? You're wrong. I hate her as much as I treated her back then, and how much I loved her back then. Because those were stolen by you shameless pair of father and daughter. You stole my daughter's original happiness, stole my daughter's original motherly love. Su Qinghui, I can tell you clearly that after I found out what you've done, I can no longer have the slightest mother-daughter relationship with Su Peijian. Because if I really still have feelings for her, then I can only do as you wish and give you another chance to play me in the palm of your hand. And I don't want to give you such a chance. She hated Su Peijian as much as she had treated her before. All of this was caused by Su Qinghui. Qianxue, I really didn't. Whether you did or didn't, I don't care anymore. Just treat it as if I'm a villain who gauges a gentleman's heart. Anyway, no matter what you say or do, you can't eliminate the hatred in my heart at all. So, don't waste your energy. Su Qinghui stood there without moving. He naturally knew how difficult this path was. But when he really walked on this path, he realized that it was much more difficult than he had imagined. Li Qianxue refused to believe his words. No matter what he said, she wouldn't believe him. Qianxue. Su Qinghui stood there without moving, his eyes filled with pain and regret. Li Qianxue was unmoved. She crossed her arms in front of her chest. She had long given up on Su Qinghui. Even if she felt a little sorry for Su Peijian and felt a little soft-hearted. But when she thought of the grievances Su Qingsang had suffered over the years, she suppressed these emotions. That was why she could be so cold when she faced Su Peijian yesterday. I'll say it again. If you continue to pester me, I'll go deal with Su Peijian. You know what I can do. I can do it. More importantly, Su Peijian was still attached to her. Even if she didn't do anything, it was enough to hurt her. She knew this, and so did Su Qinghui. I'll go. Su Qinghui's shoulders drooped more and more, and his whole body revealed a sense of dejection. Qianxue, I'll go. I only hope that you won't hurt Su Peijian for the sake of the mother-daughter relationship over the past 20 years. Li Qianxue stood still, but her eyes became colder and colder. Don't hurt Su Peijian? Then he could let Su Peijian hurt Su Qingsang? With such a standard, he was indeed still thinking about the child of another woman. Su Qinghui, Where on earth did you get the face to say that you love me? After Su Chenghui left, the room became quiet. Li Qianshue's figure was straight. She looked at an unknown point with an expressionless face. She didn't know what she was thinking, but her expression became a little ugly for a moment. But this ugly expression didn't last long. She used to be as gentle as water, but now she was as hard as a knife. She was right. Hu Jinyao looked at the documents in front of him with a faint smile on his face. The mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. Hu Yifan had already entered the trap he had set. He was only one step away from completely taking the bait. When he signed the contract, it would be irrefutable evidence. At that time, he wanted to see how Grandpa would protect the second young master of the Hua family. President Hua, what else do you want to do next? You don't have to do anything next. Hu Jinyao smiled and put the document back in Yang Wenchang's hand. Just keep an eye on them and let their guard down. Then wait for them to sign the contract. Just put the contract in front of Grandpa. Yang Wenchang glanced at Hu Jinyao. He looked hesitant, as if he wanted to say something. Hu Jinyao seemed to understand what he wanted to say. He said calmly, "What? Do you think I'm too soft-hearted? Do you think I should directly hand the evidence to the board of directors after they sign the contract? Then Hu Yifan will never be able to make a comeback again? If that was really the case, Hu Yifan would have to leave Tianyu. He wouldn't be able to hold the position of vice president of Tianyu Group for long." Yang Wenchang was silent. That was indeed what he thought. Actually, I want to do that too. Hu Yifan looked at him with an indifferent expression. But Grandpa won't like it. Grandpa is old, and he values relationships. He won't like to see brothers fighting each other. Yang Wenchang didn't say anything. Given old Master Hua's personality, it was indeed possible. If Hu Jinyao really did that, he was afraid that old Master Hua would think that Hu Jinyao was too ruthless again. Just take it as a lesson to him. Hu Jinyao gave old Master Hua face. If he still doesn't know how to restrain himself, I won't be polite anymore. This time he's lucky. He only hoped that Hu Yifan wouldn't be too stupid. Did he really think that he could do whatever he wanted without any scruples? If that was the case, he really couldn't blame him for being impolite. Yang Wenchang nodded and thought of something else. By the way, our company's anniversary celebration is coming up. The plan for this event has already been released. President Hua, take a look at this plan. Anniversary celebration? Hu Jinyao thought that Li Qianshue and Su Chenghui were both in Rong City. Although he didn't want to interfere in the matter between Su Chenghui and Li Qianshue, for Su Qingsang's sake, he could give Su Chenghui a little convenience. Prepare 2 VIP invitations. I'll need them when the time comes. Yes. As for the process, you don't have to look at it in detail. It's about the same as in previous years. After Hu Jinyao asked Yang Wenchang to leave, he suddenly thought of something. Since Su Chenghui and Li Qianshue would come to the anniversary celebration, Hu Yifan would definitely bring Su Peijin along. If that was the case, there would be a good show to watch. In the boutique, Su Qingsang lowered her head and looked at herself. Then she looked at Li Qianshue. Mom, this one? No, try on that one again. Su Qingsang held the dress and felt a little helpless. Mom, I've tried on 7 or 8. Of course you have to try it out. You're going to attend the anniversary celebration of Tianyu Group. It can be considered your first official appearance since you came to Rong City. Of course, you have to look perfect. As she spoke, she placed a white dress in Su Qingsang's hand. Be good, go and try on this one too. Su Qingsang took the dress and glanced at Hu Jinyao, who had been standing by the side. It was all his fault. He said that he wanted to try on dresses today, but it had only been more than an hour and he still hadn't decided. Hu Jinyao met Su Qingsang's somewhat reproachful gaze and smiled lightly. All right, you should listen to Mom. Su Qingsang had no choice but to take the dress and go in again. Li Qianshue turned around and glanced at Hu Jinyao with a rare look of admiration in her eyes. Good patience. It's my duty. Hu Jinyao accepted Li Qianshue's praise generously. It's my honor to accompany 2 beautiful women. Mom, aren't you going to try it on? Qingsang is the main character. Pick out her dress first. That's good too. Mom, you'll wear a dress of the same color as Chingseng. You'll look like a pair of beautiful sisters. This person really knew how to talk. Li Qianxue glanced at Hu Jinyao. You don't have to flatter me. As long as you treat Chingseng well, it's enough for me. Mom, you've really wronged me. I'm telling the truth. If you don't believe me, ask someone else. Who would believe that you can have a daughter as old as Chingseng? Li Qianxue really laughed now. She looked at Hu Jinyao with a rare look of satisfaction in her eyes. Su Chingseng came out in the white dress. She was already exhausted to the bone. Li Qianxue took a step back, looked up and down, and shook her head. Change it. This one isn't as good as the golden one just now. Come, try this one on again. Su Chingseng couldn't take it anymore. She looked at Hu Jinyao with a hint of resentment. Hu Jinyao smiled and took the dress from Li Qianshue's hands. He walked up to Su Chingseng. This is the last one. After you try it on, we'll help your mom pick out the dress together. He winked at Su Chingseng, and Su Chingseng immediately understood what he meant. She took the dress from his hands helplessly. She made a face at him and went back into the fitting room. The winking and small looks between the two of them didn't escape Li Qianshue's eyes. She saw it and felt very gratified. No matter what, she was very happy that her daughter and son-in-law had a good relationship. With Hu Jinyao's protection, Su Chingseng wouldn't be like her for the rest of her life. When Hu Yifan entered the door, he smelled a faint smell of alcohol in the room. He took off his suit jacket and put it aside. When he entered the door, he found Su Peijian sitting on the sofa in the living room. There were a few bottles of red wine in front of her. One of them had been opened, and she had drunk most of it. At this time, Su Peijian was holding a wine glass in her hand and leaning on the sofa. She gently shook the glass in her hand. Her slightly narrowed eyes revealed a hint of confusion. When she saw him enter the door, she didn't say a word. She just picked up the wine and took a sip. Isn't it boring to drink alone? Hu Yifan walked up and sat down next to her. He reached out and grabbed the glass in her hand, then poured himself a glass. Why didn't you wait for me to drink? Wait for you for what? Su Peijian glanced at him. You're going to sign a contract with the other company, aren't you? Shouldn't you be keeping an eye on them during this period of time? Why are you back so early today? You also said that you're going to sign a contract. Since you're going to sign a contract, it means that it's basically done. Su Peijian glanced at him. Her expression wasn't as smug as he appeared to be. Why do I feel that this matter is a little too smooth? Isn't it smooth? Hu Yifan put his arm around her waist. Look, with your intelligence and my resources, isn't it normal for it to be smooth? Su Peijian blinked at him and didn't ask any more questions. Instead, she took another glass from the side and poured herself a glass of wine. Hu Yifan looked at her actions and took a sip of wine. Before she picked up the glass, he leaned over, kissed her lips, and drank the wine. Su Peijian didn't like his actions. After being forced to drink the wine, she pushed him away. What's wrong? Are you in a bad mood? Su Peijian was indeed in a bad mood. She had been at Hu Yifan's place for 2 days. However, she didn't receive another call from Xiang Kaiping. Li Qianxue didn't call her, and neither did Xiang Kaiping. Her two mothers seemed to have abandoned her. She felt uncomfortable in her heart. There was a kind of pain that made it hard to breathe. She used to think that Li Qianxue would never give up on her, but she was wrong. Later, she thought that Xiang Kaiping would never give up on her, but she was wrong again. Now, because of a small action of hers, the two mothers didn't want her anymore. Su Peijian thought about how well Xiang Kaiping had been treating her in the past 5 months. She thought that she wouldn't care. However, when she really lost her, she realized that she wasn't as calm as she thought. It turned out that she still had expectations for Xiang Kaiping. It turned out that she wasn't as indifferent to Xiang Kaiping as she appeared to be. Now that she knew, what was the use of it? Xiang Kaiping didn't want her anymore. What happened? Nothing. Su Peijian shook her head. She didn't want to talk about these things. Keep an eye on the cooperation. I have a feeling that Hu Jinyao isn't as simple as you think. Don't worry. I heard that his mother-in-law is here. He didn't even go to work today. He went to accompany his mother-in-law. I believe that he won't be able to cause any trouble with his behavior. Mother-in-law? Wasn't it Li Qianxue? Su Peijian's mood became more and more gloomy. Hua Jinyao knew how to be a good person. He put aside his work time to accompany Li Qianxue. Was he helping Su Qingsang to please Li Qianxue? As soon as this thought came to her, Su Peijian dispelled the idea that Hua Jinyao might have suspected her and Hua Yifan. With Hua Jinyao's current state, there was probably nothing that could compare to Su Qingsang, right? Speaking of which, she was about to marry Hua Yifan. She didn't believe that Hua Jinyao could really bear it. You seemed very unhappy when you heard that Hua Jinyao went to accompany his mother-in-law? Hua Yifan suddenly approached Su Peijian. Speaking of which, his mother-in-law seems to be your former mother, right? The sarcasm in Hua Yifan's words made Su Peijian's expression change slightly. She sneered, took out the wine glass in his hand, and drank it in one gulp. She looked up at him, her eyes cold. His mother-in-law used to be my mother. So what? If you think that I'm a pitiful, powerless, illegitimate daughter now, you can abandon me. I won't beg you to have me. Putting down the wine glass, Su Peijian stood up and was about to leave. Hua Yifan turned his wrist and pulled her into his arms. Look at you, getting angry after a few words? Who's against you? I love you more than anything. Su Peijian sat on his lap and looked at the smile on his face. You said you love me? What else? Hua Yifan kissed her lips. If I didn't love you, why would I take the risk and use my position in Tianyu Group to play such a big game with you? Su Peijian didn't completely believe Hua Yifan's words. Of course, half of the reason why he was willing to play such a big game was because of her. However, she didn't know the other half of the reason. It was because he didn't want to be under Hua Jinyao for the rest of his life. He was ambitious, and everything he did was for himself. You don't seem to believe me? Hua Yifan leaned over and firmly held her waist in his arms. It seems that I have to do something to make you believe me. What can you do? Su Peijian didn't think that Hua Yifan could get married with her now. It's the anniversary celebration of Tianyu Group in 2 days. How about you be my female companion? He whispered into her ear, speaking of which, I've never brought a female companion other than my secretary to the anniversary celebration. You're the first. Are you honored? The anniversary celebration of Tianyu Group was not a small matter. Not only old Master Hua, but the Hua family also had business partners. All the employees who had worked for Tianyu Group would be there. It could be said that except for those who were on duty, most of them would be present. He was willing to bring Su Peijian to the anniversary celebration, which was another kind of affirmation of her identity. It was twice as formal as meeting her parents. Anniversary celebration? Su Peijian narrowed her eyes. Hua Jinyao is working with the Li family, so his mother-in-law should be here too, right? She should be. Hua Yifan looked at Su Peijian's calculating eyes and suddenly smiled. What did you think of? Nothing, I'll go. Li Qianxue thought so little of her. She thought that she had a motive for getting close to Hua Yifan. Then she would let Li Qianxue take a good look. Even if she didn't have the Su family and the Li family as her backing, she could still do well. Chapter 586. I like that you're so smart. Su Peijian was still daydreaming. Hua Yifan's hand had already reached into her clothes. Don't worry. I'll have someone come over tomorrow to measure you and order a dress. I promise you'll be in the limelight on the anniversary. Really? Su Peijian put her hand on his shoulder and leaned close to his cheek. If that's the case, I really have to thank you first. Okay. You can start now and express your gratitude. Hua Yifan's hand tightened and Su Peijian's clothes were torn in half. Su Peijian glared at him. This man could be very perverted sometimes. He could take it off easily, but he liked to tear it. Pervert. Don't you like me because I'm a pervert? Hua Yifan smiled. Don't worry. I'll make you like me even more. Su Peijian put her arms around his neck and said seductively, Really? Then prove it to me. My pleasure. On the sofa in the living room, the two of them rolled together. At that moment, Su Qingsang and Li Qianxue were all thrown to the back of her mind. She only needed to firmly grasp Hui Yifan's heart to let them know. Su Peijian also had the right to be on equal footing with them. Before Su Qinghui came, he had planned to call Su Peijian in addition to Su Qingsang. He wanted to ask her how she was doing recently. Especially after parting on bad terms with Li Qianxue, he wanted to know how Su Peijian was doing recently. It had nothing to do with anything else. After so many years of caring for her, he was used to thinking about his daughter. However, to his disappointment, Su Peijian didn't answer his call. He called Su Peijian several times, but she didn't answer. Su Qinghui could have called Xiang Kaiping directly. But if he did that, something else might happen. After thinking about it, Su Qinghui could only send Su Peijian a message, telling her that he had come to Rong City and that he wanted to see her if possible. Unfortunately, Su Peijian still didn't reply. Su Qinghui knew that he probably wouldn't be able to see Su Peijian this time. If she wasn't willing to see him, given her personality, she definitely wouldn't pick up his call. After finishing his work, Su Qinghui was about to book a plane ticket back to Lin City when he received Su Qingsang's call. She told him that he had been invited to Tianyu Group's anniversary celebration next week. Anyway, he was also in Rong City. If he went to attend, he could also get to know some people in Rong City's business circle, which would also be helpful to him. Su Qinghui, whose company had just started to make progress, certainly wouldn't let go of this opportunity. What made him even happier was that Su Qingsang and Hu Jinyao were willing to invite him. This made him very happy. Amidst his happiness, he thought of Su Peijian. After the anniversary celebration, he would visit her again. Su Qinghui didn't expect to see Su Peijian on such an occasion. Tianyu Group's anniversary celebrations were bigger and bigger every year. It was getting more and more lively every year. This year was no exception. Tianyu chose the largest convention center in Rong City as the venue. It was also the largest and most functional one. The entire center was bustling with noise and excitement today. The first and second floors of the convention center were divided into two parts. One was downstairs, where the Tianyu Group's own employees came to participate. They could hold all kinds of activities here, such as raffles and buffets. The other part was upstairs, where the Tianyu Group's higher-ups, directors, and all the business partners who worked with the Tianyu Group were, including Hu Jinyao's childhood friends, Tang Mohan, Wan Xianying, Cheng Xianyun, and Li Junxing, who happened to have time this time, also came. When they arrived, the other elders of the Hua family, Old Master Hua, Hua Yangyuan, Hua Mingguang, Hua Mingliang, Nian Chuanya, and Hua Mingmei, all came. As the hosts, Hu Jinyao and Su Qingsang hadn't arrived yet. Old Master Hua was talking to Hua Yangyuan when he saw Hu Jinyao coming in from afar. Of course, Hu Jinyao didn't come alone. He held Su Qingsang's hand by his side. Su Qingsang finally decided on the gown today after Li Qinshue's repeated efforts that day. The light gold fabric was tailored to fit her body. The biggest advantage of this gown was that it was layered. The chiffon fabric underneath was layered. There was a layer of gauze on the surface and another layer on the inside. The outer layer of gauze was light, and the patterns embroidered on the inner layer of gauze could be faintly seen. It was faintly discernible, but it was more charming than being completely visible. The neckline design revealed the perfect lines of Su Qingsang's shoulders. It matched with the pair of golden high heels on her feet. His entire person seemed to have a kind of floating noble aura. In order to match her, although Hu Jinyao's gown was dark, he wore a golden tie today. The dark patterns of the cufflinks also complemented Su Qingsang's gown. The two of them attracted the attention of most of the people present as soon as they entered the room. Whether it was these business partners, the directors of Tianyu Group, or the higher-ups, they all knew Hu Jinyao. But many people still didn't know Su Qingsang. Now that they saw her standing together with Hu Jinyao, what else could they not understand? The Su Qingsang in front of them was the legendary wife of the president, the woman who was carefully protected by Hu Jinyao. Outside the banquet hall, Li Qianxue wasn't in a hurry to go in. Just now, Hu Jinyao asked her to go in with him, but she refused. She would never let Su Qingsang miss such a chance to be in the limelight. Now was the moment that belonged to her daughter. She hoped that Su Qingsang would be the brightest one in the entire venue. And she also believed that the effect brought about by her own judgment and Su Qingsang's own temperament would definitely shock the entire venue. Sure enough, it didn't take long for exclamations and applause to be heard from inside. Li Qianxue smiled and picked up the bag in her hand. Just as she was about to go in, she didn't expect to see a person at the door who shouldn't have been there. Su Qinghui. Why was he here? When Li Qianxue saw Su Qinghui, her expression suddenly turned ugly. Especially when she saw the clothes he was wearing, her expression became even uglier. The color of my gown is the color of your tie. This was a popular way to show your love in a subtle way. Today was the anniversary of Tianyu Group. Li Qianxue chose a golden gown for Su Qingsang, which was dignified and elegant. The color he chose for himself was dark red. It was a happy day for the other party, so it was also very appropriate for her to wear red. The dark red long qipao embroidered with patterns looked very appropriate on her. Especially when Li Qianxue was so young. The qipao could only make her look more elegant and exquisite. But it didn't include letting her see that Su Qinghui was wearing a Chinese tunic suit of the same color as her. He stood in front of her in an extremely elegant manner. When he saw the smile on her face, a hint of surprise flashed across his face. Especially when he saw her qipao, the smile on his face became even more obvious. Su Qinghui. You, Qianxue, don't we have a tacit understanding? Su Qinghui seemed to know what she wanted to say and interrupted her. For him, if Li Qianxue's understanding of him was 10 points, then his understanding of Li Qianxue was at least 30 to 40 points. On such a day, Li Qianxue would definitely wear a relatively festive dress. But she had never liked bright red. Dark red was a very good choice. It was elegant and dignified, but also festive. All the celebrities who came and went liked to wear dresses, but Li Qianxue actually liked qipeos. This was something he also knew. Therefore, it was most suitable for him to wear a Chinese tunic suit to face her. And now that he saw Li Qianxue, he knew that he had made the right bet. Hua Jinyao, you're really something. He actually didn't mention a word. He actually invited Su Qinghui? If Li Qianxue had known, she definitely wouldn't have come. Of course, she also knew that this matter couldn't be completely blamed on Hua Jinyao. It would be strange if Su Qingsang didn't know. But now, she didn't want to blame her daughter. She only wanted to scold Hua Jinyao. Don't blame Hua Jinyao. No matter what, I'm his father-in-law. Isn't it only right for him to invite me? After Su Qinghui received Su Qingsang's call, he knew that Li Qianxue would also come to this banquet. Although Su Qingsang's tone didn't say it explicitly, it was already quite obvious. This was also the reason why he tried his best to guess what Li Qianxue would wear. Fortunately, he guessed correctly. It's only right. Of course it's only right. Li Qianxue looked at Su Qinghui, her expression cold and mocking. Speaking of which, Su Qinghui, I really have to admire you. You treated Qingsang like that, but you can still make her help you like this. You're becoming more and more good at buying people's hearts. Qianxue, don't talk about Qingsang like that. I didn't buy her off. I just let her see my sincerity. Sincerity? Su Qinghui would also have sincerity? Yes, sincerity towards Xiang Kaiping. Li Qianxue didn't want to talk to Su Qinghui, so she walked inside. No matter what Su Qinghui was wearing, it had nothing to do with her. She didn't come today for Su Qinghui. However, Su Qinghui walked to her side and reached out his hand to her. Qianxue, let's go in together. In your dreams. Li Qianxue took a step back, and her suppressed voice revealed a hint of anger. Let me tell you, we're already divorced. Please stay away from me. I know we're already divorced. But now this is the Hua family's home court, the home court of Tianyu Group. You don't want others to know that the wife of the president of Tianyu Group doesn't have a good relationship with her parents, do you? So what? Li Qianxue glared at him coldly. Old Master Hua knows very well about my divorce with you. He also knows very well about Qingsang's background. I really don't think there's a need for me to hide it in front of others. As for you, Su Qinghui, I really don't like your unscrupulous behavior. After saying this, she completely ignored Su Qinghui and went straight into the venue. Su Qinghui looked at her graceful figure, and a hint of bitterness appeared on his face. He didn't expect that even if he brought Su Qingsang out, Li Qianxue wouldn't be soft-hearted at all. Thinking about it, he was really discouraged. When Li Qianxue entered the banquet hall, although it didn't cause as much of a stir as Su Qingsang and Hua Jinyao, it was enough to leave a deep impression. She was charming but not fierce. She had an imposing manner, a good look, a good figure, and a good temperament. Some people who didn't know who she was had already begun to secretly ask about her. Lu Tongjia had been in a bad mood these days. After the fight with Hua Jinyao because of Zhang Yichen, she hadn't been in a good mood for a while. She kept wondering if she was wrong. But no one could tell her the answer. There were several times when she wanted to ask Hua Mingguang if she had done something wrong back then. But she didn't have the courage. Not everyone had the courage to face the mistakes they had made and the misunderstandings they had had. Lu Tongjia was the same. She could only remind herself over and over again that she was not wrong. She was not wrong at all. It was Hua Jinyao who killed Jin Kai and Wu Shuang. It was all Hua Jinyao's fault. It seemed that only by doing this could she find some comfort. It seemed that only by doing this could she feel a little better. Until she saw Hua Jinyao with her own eyes. She saw Su Qingsang come in with Hua Jinyao just now. Putting aside her dislike for Su Qingsang, she had to admit that Su Qingsang and Hua Jinyao were indeed very compatible in appearance. Su Qingsang and Hua Jinyao were a perfect match in terms of appearance. One was tall and handsome, and the other was delicate and pretty. Ever since she married into the Hua family, Su Qingsang had also undergone some fundamental changes. She began to act more elegantly and calmly. Just like now, she was wearing a golden dress, which was very suitable for her. When she came in with Hua Jinyao, there was a faint smile in her eyes. The two of them held each other's hands tightly. Needless to say, it was obvious that they were very close to each other. Such a scene was a little harsh in Lu Tongjia's eyes. Stop being dirty. Only Hua Jinyao believed in her innocence. Now, looking at the two of them showing off their love, she only felt suffocated. She had already felt a little remorseful, but now she felt a little less. All that was left was dissatisfaction with Su Qingsang. She had clearly behaved inappropriately, but Hua Jinyao protected her wholeheartedly. He was blind and couldn't see it. Such a woman, had also married into the Hua family. When she saw Li Qianxue, who was wearing a dark red dress and slowly walking in, Lu Tongjia's face darkened even more. It was nothing for Hua Jinyao to invite Li Qianxue. However, Li Qianxue was Su Qingsang's mother, and he didn't even greet her. This was already extremely disrespectful. More importantly, Li Qianxue came to Rong City, but she didn't visit the Hua family first. What was this? Did she not take the Hua family seriously? If that was the case, what did she mean by appearing now? It wasn't that Li Qianxue didn't notice the curious and inquisitive gazes of the people around her. However, she couldn't care about other people now. She quietly walked in the direction of old Master Hua. Then she stood about a meter in front of him. Hua Jinyao and Su Qingsang had just greeted old Master Hua and the other elders. At this moment, they were standing to the side and chatting with Hua Yangyuan and the other two elders. When she saw Li Qianxue come in, Su Qingsang smiled at her and gave her a reassuring look before standing to the side. Old Master, congratulations. Niece, you're here? Old Master Hua had heard Hua Jinyao mention that Li Qianxue had come to Rong City before. Why didn't brother Li come with you? My father stayed in Lin City to take care of things. Li Qianxue said half jokingly and half seriously, or, does the old master not want to see me? How could that be? You don't know how happy I'm that you're here, niece. Come, let me introduce you. Before old Master Hua could finish his sentence, he saw another person come in. This time, it was Su Qinghui. Su Qinghui was the same as Li Qianxue. When he came in, he also attracted a lot of attention. The man who was almost 50 years old had a mature charm. He had the maturity and steadiness that had accumulated over time, and his appearance was elegant. Most importantly, after the divorce, Su Qinghui was more calm and composed than before. The sharpness and obsession that he once had disappeared, and he looked very different from before. The dark pattern Chinese tunic suit made him look even more elegant and handsome. People would believe it if they said that he was less than 40 years old. Step by step, he walked steadily to Old Master Hua. "You're Old Master Hua Yangping, right?" "I am, and you are." Just by looking at Su Qinghui's appearance, Old Master Hua had already guessed who he was. "I'm Su Qinghui, Qingsang's father." Su Qinghui reached out his hand to Old Master Hua. His expression was calm and apologetic. "I'm sorry. When Qingsang and Jin Yao returned to Rong City, I happened to have some things to deal with, so I didn't come to visit the Hua family immediately. I'm sorry." He openly admitted his mistake, and the expression on his face was sincere and calm. Old Master Hua reached out and shook hands with him. "In-law, you're welcome. It's all a small matter. We're not that polite people. That's because Old Master Hua is magnanimous. He doesn't care about us juniors." As Su Qinghui spoke, he took out a small box from his pocket. "It's my first time meeting you, so I didn't prepare anything. I prepared a gift in a hurry. I hope you'll like it." You're welcome." Old Master Hua looked at Su Qinghui and didn't refuse his gift. His gaze fell on Li Qianxue and then looked at Su Qinghui. His eyes looked over, and they were very shrewd. "Nephew, did you come with niece?" The way they addressed each other as eldest niece and eldest nephew was very intimate. Invisibly, the distance between the two sides was shortened a lot. "Yes." Two different voices sounded at the same time. Old Master Hua looked at Su Qinghui and then at Li Qianxue. He heard that they were divorced. It turned out that the two of them appeared one after the other, and they were wearing the same color gowns, so he thought, "Old Master, I still have something to say to Qingsang. Excuse me for a moment." It wasn't that Li Qianxue didn't want to give Old Master Hua face, but her disgust for Su Qinghui had overwhelmed everything else. She glanced at Su Qinghui coldly, and then bowed to Old Master Hua with great respect. "Old Master, I'll talk to you later." She turned around and walked in Su Qingsang's direction. Before she left, she didn't even look at Su Qinghui out of the corner of her eye. Su Qinghui looked at Li Qianxue's back and smiled bitterly. Li Qianxue actually didn't give him face at all. She didn't even want to pretend in front of outsiders. "Nephew." Old Master Hua's words brought Su Qinghui back to his senses. He looked at Old Master Hua very gently. "Old Master, I'm sorry." Old Master Hua waved his hand. "It's not that I'm sorry. Every family has its own difficulties. I understand. But you're here today. It's just in time. I have something to talk to you about." "Talk to him?" Su Qinghui was a little confused. What did he want to talk to him about? Speaking of which, nephew is a lucky man. His daughters are all more capable than the other. Su Qinghui stood there. For a moment, he didn't quite understand what Old Master Hua meant. "Old Master?" "It's a little too early to talk about this matter now. But I think since our children have come this far, it's naturally a matter of time. Naturally, success will follow when the conditions are right, don't you think so? Come this far?" Which step was this step? Su Qinghui didn't quite understand and was about to ask. On the other side, there was another commotion at the entrance of the venue. Someone came in. Su Qingsang and Hua Jinyao had just greeted a few elders of the Hua family. The two of them didn't have time to catch their breath. Su Qinghui and Li Qianxue came in. She saw that Li Qianxue didn't give Su Qinghui any face. She directly left him and walked towards her. The bosses of two business partners happened to come over at this time to greet Hua Jinyao. After greeting them, Hua Jinyao introduced Su Qingsang to them. Su Qingsang greeted him with a smile that was appropriate for the occasion. Li Qianxue walked over at this time. "Let me introduce you. This is the CEO of the Li Corporation in Lin City, Ms. Li Qianxue. She's also my mother-in-law." Hua Jinyao generously introduced Li Qianxue to some business partners. He also roughly told her about the other party's identity and the type of business the company operated. He was so polite. Li Qianxue originally wanted to blame him for calling Su Qinghui over but not informing her, but she couldn't say anything else. Like Su Qingsang, at such a time, she could only greet these people with a smile on her face. After a round, she received several business cards. Some of them might indeed be able to form a cooperative relationship with the Li Corporation in the future. She accepted Hu Jinyao's favor, so it was naturally not good for her to find him to settle the score with Su Qinghui. However, when there was no one around, she gave Su Qingsang a look. The matter between her and Su Qinghui would naturally be handled by their elders. If Su Qingsang wanted to help Su Qinghui, she couldn't object, but she would indeed be very disappointed. Su Qingsang seemed to know what she was thinking and stepped forward to hold her arm. She had a flattering smile on her face. "Mom, I was wrong." She apologized in a low voice. Li Qianxue glanced at her reproachfully, but in the end she couldn't bear to blame her. At this time, she also noticed the commotion at the entrance of the venue. She turned her head with Su Qingsang, and the mother and daughter saw the figure who came in at the same time. Li Qianxue and Su Qingsang frowned at the same time. The woman who came in slowly was none other than Su Peijian. They weren't the only ones who saw it. Su Qinghui also saw it. Chapter 587. The commotion at the entrance of the venue was obviously caused by Su Peijian. Speak of the devil. Naturally, old Master Hua also saw Su Peijian, who came in with Hu Yifan. With a smile on his face, he looked at Su Qinghui warmly and teasingly. "Nephew, I'm afraid you came to Rong City because of Peijian, right?" "Because of Peijian? What happened to Peijian?" Su Qinghui still didn't understand the situation, so he didn't rush to answer. His eyes were fixed on Su Peijian. He didn't know Hu Yifan, who was standing next to Su Peijian, but that didn't affect the expression on Su Peijian's face. Su Peijian always knew what she wanted. Her facial features were bright and beautiful, completely different from Su Qingsang's. In contrast to Su Qingsang's golden dress, Su Peijian had chosen a very festive bright red dress. One-line collar design, narrow waist, long tail. Su Peijian, who entered the venue in heels that were nearly 10 centimeters high, was extremely ostentatious at this moment. Bright, beautiful, sexy. Everyone's gaze fell on her. It wasn't just because she was accompanied by Hu Yifan, the vice president of Tianyu Group. It was also because of the feeling she gave off. She held Hu Yifan's hand and walked step by step towards old Master Hua. Hu Yifan held Su Peijian's hand with one hand and leaned close to her ear at the same time. "I told you, I will make you the most dazzling existence today." "Thank you." Su Peijian looked straight ahead, and the smile on her face became more and more meaningful. "But I can do it without you. I like how confident you are." Hu Yifan smiled. As the two of them spoke, they walked through the crowd and stood in front of old Master Hua. "Grandpa Hua." "Grandpa." Su Peijian was the first to greet them. The smile on her face was very friendly. "I'm a little late. Grandpa Hua, please don't take offense." "How could that be?" Old Master Hua looked at Su Peijian, and the smile on his face didn't stop. "Peijian, you're dressed up very well today. Very festive." "Thank you for your compliment, Grandpa." Yifan had picked this suit. "I didn't expect him to have such good taste. My foresight is naturally good." As Hu Yifan spoke, his eyes finally turned to Su Qinghui. Su Peijian also saw Su Qinghui. She smirked and took a step forward. "What a coincidence to meet you here." "Coincidence?" Su Qinghui didn't think it was a coincidence. He remembered that he had been calling Su Peijian, but she hadn't picked up a single call. What did the man beside her call old Master Hua? Grandpa? So he's also a member of the Hua family? What was his relationship with Hu Jinyao? Why would he be with Su Peijian? Why was Su Peijian with another member of the Hua family? The smile on Su Peijian's face did not fade because of Su Qinghui's shock. Instead, she took another step forward and stood directly in front of Su Qinghui. "Are you so happy to see me here that you forgot to speak?" Su Qinghui came back to his senses. He looked at Su Peijian, then at Hu Yifan, who was standing behind her. "Peijian, this is..." "Hello, uncle." Hu Yifan stepped forward and extended his hand to Su Qinghui. "My name is Hu Yifan. I'm Hu Jinyao's cousin." I'm now the vice president of Tianyu Group. Su Qinghui looked at Hui Yifan. He had a good temperament and a good temperament. There was nothing to say about his height and appearance. The Hua family had good genes, and their descendants were all outstanding. However, the man in front of him had shrewdness in his eyes, and there was a hint of arrogance in his expression. Compared to Hu Jinyao, he was slightly inferior. All of Su Qinghui's thoughts raced in an instant. He politely reached out to shake hands with Hui Yifan's extended hand. So, uncle. Su Qinghui should be younger than Hu Mingliang, so it was appropriate for Hui Yifan to call him that. Letting go of his hand, he took a step back and stood next to Su Peijian again. I've heard Peijian talk about you many times. I finally have the chance to meet you today. Hui Yifan gently placed his big hand on Su Peijian's shoulder and looked at Su Qinghui with a sincere smile on his face. Since you have the opportunity to be in Rong City this time, why don't we pick a time later to discuss the matter between me and Peijian? Su Qinghui's expression was calm. He was an extremely smart person. After listening to Hui Yifan's self-introduction, the way he looked at Su Peijian was a little different. Su Peijian knew that he was in Rong City, but she deliberately didn't answer his call. She chose to appear on such an occasion because she was sure that he wouldn't reject her. The matter between you and Peijian? Su Qinghui's voice was indifferent. Are you referring to your relationship, or something else? Of course it's something else. Hui Yifan smiled brightly. To be able to get the elders from both sides together, of course it's to discuss my marriage with Peijian. Marriage? Su Qinghui looked at Hui Yifan and then at Su Peijian. Finally, his eyes fell on Su Peijian's face, but his words were directed at Hui Yifan. How long have you known each other? How long have you been dating? We've known each other for more than 3 months. If you're talking about dating, it's only recently. Hui Yifan told the truth. Su Qinghui frowned and stared at Su Peijian's face without blinking. 3 months? Dating is only recently, and you've already decided to get married? Is there a problem? That? Su Peijian smiled faintly and held Hui Yifan's arm with her hands. Do you think it's too fast? But we don't think it's fast at all. Su Qinghui looked at Su Peijian. His eyes were pure and unfamiliar. She was his daughter. He had held her in the palm of his hand and cared for her for more than 20 years. He had almost never scolded her. But now, he felt that he didn't recognize this daughter anymore. You've already decided? Yes. Su Peijian smiled brightly and looked at Hui Yifan. The love in her eyes was obvious. If I wasn't sure, why would Yifan bring me to such an occasion? Su Qinghui's expression was serious. He wanted to say something. On the other side, old Master Hua also heard the commotion. He laughed twice. Good. I'm old, and I like to see my children happy. If Yifan and Peijian can really be together, it's also a joyous occasion. Nephew, since you have time today, we can have a good talk about this. Su Qinghui didn't respond to old Master Hua's words. He just stared at Su Peijian, as if he wanted to see into the depths of her heart. Su Peijian didn't avoid his gaze. Instead, she looked at Su Qinghui calmly. Su Qinghui narrowed his eyes slightly. Before Su Peijian could react, he suddenly reached out and pulled her to his side. Before pulling Su Peijian away, Su Qinghui forced himself to maintain his composure. He turned around and looked at old Master Hua. Old Master, I'm sorry. I have something to discuss with my daughter. Excuse me for a while. It's okay. Help yourselves. Old Master Hua pointed to the side as he spoke. The row of rooms at the back over there is specially prepared for guests to rest. Okay, thank you. After saying this, Su Qinghui took Su Peijian's hand and walked to the back. Su Peijian wanted to pull her hand back, but Su Qinghui held it tightly. She was a little helpless. She couldn't break free, so she could only let Su Qinghui take her to the back. As they walked, she saw Su Qingsang and Li Qianxue standing not far away from the corner of her eye. She had been maintaining a good demeanor, but at this moment, there was finally a slight crack in her demeanor. Su Qingsang and Li Qianxue saw Su Peijian come in just now, but neither of them moved. No matter what Su Peijian's purpose was with Hui Yifan, they wouldn't be afraid. Another principle was that as long as Su Peijian didn't cause trouble and didn't take the initiative to provoke her, Su Qingsang and Li Qianxue wouldn't take the initiative to do anything to her. This was a tacit understanding between the mother and daughter that didn't need to be said. So they watched Su Peijian and Hui Yifan walk to Old Master Hua, and then watched them chat there. They watched Su Peijian and Hui Yifan talk to Su Qinghui. Although they were far away, they couldn't hear what they were talking about. But Li Qianxue and Su Qingsang weren't stupid. At this point, they could more or less guess what was going on. Now seeing Su Qinghui hurriedly pull Su Peijian away, the mother and daughter looked at each other. They didn't quite understand what Su Qinghui wanted to do. What was going on? But Li Qianxue was sure of one thing. That was, Su Peijian was really going to marry into the Hua family. She turned to face Su Qingsang, and there was a hint of worry in her eyes. As if knowing what she was thinking, Su Qingsang squeezed her hand with an indifferent expression. "Mom, don't worry. I'm fine." Whether Su Peijian was really going to marry Hui Yifan or not, it didn't affect her at all. Li Qianxue couldn't help but be worried. Su Peijian's hoarse cry that day seemed to be right beside her ears. It wasn't that she hadn't thought about whether she was being too cruel to Su Peijian. But if she wasn't cruel to Su Peijian, she would have to be cruel to Su Qingsang. If that was the case, she was even more unwilling. Su Qinghui didn't notice the mother and daughter's gazes. With a serious expression, he held Su Peijian's hand and went to the lounge in the back. As he closed the door, Su Qinghui turned to face Su Peijian. He wasn't in a hurry to speak. His eyes, which were usually gentle and refined, were now faintly sharp as they landed on Su Peijian. Su Peijian felt uncomfortable under his gaze, but she forced herself not to show it. "Dad, why are you looking at me like that? Is there something on my face?" As usual, Su Peijian looked at Su Qinghui with a bit of a spoiled tone. However, Su Qinghui wasn't in the mood to joke with her like before. Why? Like Li Qianxue, Su Qinghui wasn't stupid. Why did Su Peijian want to be with Hui Yifan? He didn't think that such a short period of time was enough for Su Peijian and Hui Yifan to develop feelings for each other. He didn't believe it. Why? Su Peijian blinked and looked puzzled. "Dad, what are you talking about?" "You know what I'm talking about." Su Qinghui's expression was very serious. "Why do you want to be with Hui Yifan? Why do you want to marry into the Hua family?" The expression on Su Peijian's face finally changed a little. She stopped smiling and stared at Su Qinghui. "Dad, what do you mean? What do you want?" After all, she was the daughter he had raised for so many years. Su Qinghui still had a basic understanding of her. "What do you want? What are you planning?" "Ha!" Su Peijian smiled, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. She looked at Su Qinghui coldly, her expression cold. "Su Qingsang marrying Hui Jinyao is a matter of course. Now I'm going to marry Hui Yifan. In your eyes, I have ulterior motives?" Su Qinghui didn't answer. He just stared at Su Peijian's face and said, "Then tell me you're not." Su Peijian also responded to Su Qinghui with a serious face. "Am I still your daughter now?" Su Qinghui didn't answer this question. His expression changed slightly, but only for a moment. Su Peijian didn't need his answer at this time. She only needed to vent the emotions in her heart at this time. "Is it because after I switched identities with Su Qingsang, I'm no longer your daughter? Otherwise, why do you, my mother, and everyone else in the world seem to think that everything I do is for Su Qingsang? In fact, I'm not your child, am I? Did you pick me up from an orphanage? Is it because in your hearts, I'm no longer worthy of a good life, right?" There wasn't much anger in her voice. All the anger had already exploded once when she faced Li Qianxue that day. But this time, she still felt hurt and uncomfortable. Because the person who questioned her had become Su Qinghui. How could it be Su Qinghui? She was raised by his side. From the age of 16, he brought her into the company and taught her bit by bit. At that time, he only wished that he could add all the beauty of the world to her. She was his little princess. She thought that she would always be Su Qinghui's little princess. She even had a kind of blind confidence. Her trust in Su Qinghui was higher than anyone else's. She believed that even if the whole world didn't want her, Su Qinghui wouldn't abandon her. He was her father. For her, he could swap her identity with Su Qingsang. For her, he could make Li Qianshue's daughter an illegitimate daughter. For her, he could endure for so many years. However, Su Peizhen never thought that one day, even Su Qinghui would start to turn against her. Even he wasn't on her side anymore. How could this be? She stared at Su Qinghui with her eyes wide open. She wasn't looking at her father, but at a stranger. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? What did I do wrong? Su Peizhen asked 3 questions in a row. With each question, she took a step forward and finally stood in front of Su Qinghui. The distance between the father and daughter was less than 5 centimeters. It was just that the intimate father-daughter relationship had completely disappeared at this time. Tell me, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? She had thought that she could endure it, but now she found that she really couldn't. She reached out and grabbed Su Qinghui's arm, looking at him with a pair of red eyes. Tell me, what did I do wrong? Why are you all doing this to me? She looked very much like Su Qinghui's mother. When she looked at Su Qinghui like this, his heart trembled. It was undeniable that he had doted on Su Peizhen for so many years, not only because he was angry with Li Qianshue, but also because of her appearance. At this moment, she stared at him with a face that was similar to his mother's. For a moment, Su Qinghui had a feeling that he had nowhere to hide. I changed my identity willingly, didn't I? Did you ask me? You didn't get my consent. You made me the daughter of the Su family. Did you ask me? Did I want things to become like this? Did I? You. And my mother. I have 2 mothers. It's all you. You made me what I am today. It's all you that made me like this. I don't understand why all of you are blaming me now. What right do you have to blame me? Su Peizhen stared at Su Qinghui's face and insisted on an answer. Tell me, what right do you have to blame me? Mom said that I married Hui Yifan with ulterior motives. Why do you ask me? Even if I have ulterior motives, can't I? Can I marry Hui Yifan? Why can Su Qingsang marry Hui Jinyao? Why can't I marry Hui Yifan? So what if I don't want to marry her? Why did she take my mother and my father away? She took my brother, my home, and everything away from me. I had to swallow my anger. I had to smile and clap my hands. I had to tell all of you that it didn't matter. She did a good job. How could she do that? Su Peizhen was aggressive. Every word made Su Qinghui speechless. Looking at Su Peizhen's agitated face, he slowly took her hand and held it in his. His voice was filled with love and helplessness. It's not Qingsang's fault. It's my fault. Peizhen, do you understand? It's not Qingsang's fault. It's my fault. If you want to blame someone, hate them. You can blame me, you can hate me. But Qingsang is innocent. He already owed Su Qingsang a lot. He didn't want to owe her anymore. Su Peizhen waved her hand. She didn't want to hear his explanation. She pulled her hand back, her eyes cold. It's her fault. Her existence is a mistake. If it weren't for her, I would still be the daughter of the Su family. If it weren't for her, I would still be the daughter of the Li family. You don't have to explain for her. Don't you know that the more you say she's innocent, the more I will hate her? Peizhen? Su Qinghui's expression didn't look good. He had a feeling that Su Peizhen would do something he didn't want to see. Of course, you don't have to think too much. Su Peizhen suddenly smiled. At this stage, I really don't have the ability to do anything. You have to know that your daughter is amazing now. She is the eldest granddaughter-in-law of the Hua family. She is the person Hui Jinyao loves the most. Even if I want to do something to her, it won't be easy, right? Su Peizhen said this calmly, but Su Qinghui understood what she meant. If I give you a chance, you will really... Yes, I will. Su Peizhen raised her eyebrows and looked at Su Qinghui boldly. Why wouldn't I? After all, she took everything from me. Isn't it right for me to repay her a little? Su Peizhen. Su Qinghui called out the name rather weakly. He felt a little uncomfortable in his heart. He was panting heavily. I've said it before. I'm sorry about this. It's my fault. You, Dad. Su Peijian suddenly smiled. She tilted her head and looked at Su Chenghui coquettishly. Look at you. Are you crazy? You are you and she is she. I didn't say I would forgive you for your mistake. Su Peijian smiled, very openly. But under that smile, it was desolation. From the moment she changed her identity until now, no one asked her if she wanted to accept such a fate. No one cared about her and asked if she was not used to such a change of identity. Her mother, who had raised her for more than 20 years, and her father, who had doted on her for more than 20 years, was not there. Every single one of them was worried and afraid. They were afraid that she would do something to Su Qingsang. If Su Qingsang was the treasure in their palms, then what about her? What was she? She didn't want much. She just wanted them to treat her the way they used to. Why couldn't they? Dad. The more hatred she felt in her heart, the brighter the smile on her face. Su Peijian moved closer and stared at Su Chenghui's face. Listen carefully. I didn't say I would forgive you. Su Chenghui looked at Su Peijian and felt speechless for a moment. Su Peijian chuckled. Dad, I'm serious. I won't forgive you. I won't forgive Mom, and I won't forgive Su Qingsang. So, you don't have to worry. I'm just not here yet. You don't have to worry. As for Su Qingsang, I really can't touch her for the time being. After all, her man is too powerful. But it doesn't matter. No matter how powerful he is, there's still time, don't you think? Maybe one day her man will fall from his pedestal, and then I'll have another chance. Don't you think so? Peijian. Su Chenghui felt like a knife was being twisted in his heart. Do you want to ask how I became like this? Su Peijian blinked innocently. I also want to know how I became like this. Speaking of which, you're not the only one who's curious. I'm also curious. Peijian. It's all Dad's fault. Su Chenghui forced himself to stand up and walk to her. He looked at her with a pained expression. Peijian, everything is Dad's fault. I promise you, you're still the daughter of the Su family. Come back to Lin City with me. I promise, we can be like before. Okay? No. Su Peijian shook her head. Dad, it's useless. Me, my mother, and Su Qingsang, we can't go back. You should have known since the day you changed our identities. Peijian, okay, let's not talk about it. I still have something important to do today. So, I won't accompany you. Su Peijian bowed and gave Su Chenghui a very appropriate European court salute. When she got up again, there was only a faint but appropriate smile left on her face. What exactly do you want to do? Chapter 588. Only the father and daughter were left in the guest room, but the atmosphere was quite tense. Su Peijian didn't seem to feel the tense atmosphere. She was completely indifferent to the anxious look on Su Chenghui's face. Dad, look at you. You're anxious, aren't you? Don't worry. I just said that Su Qingsang's man is very powerful. Even if I want to do something now, I can't do it. She smiled sweetly and patted Su Chenghui on the shoulder. Don't be nervous, don't be nervous. It's my big thing. It has nothing to do with her. As for what her life will be like in the future, I can't guarantee it. After all, I really hate her. I can't help it. She was born to be annoying. Peijian. Su Chenghui's tone was cold. He waved Su Peijian's hand away. Qingsang is your sister, your biological sister. Yes, but I'm still your daughter. Your biological daughter. Su Peijian's hand was waved away by Su Chenghui, but she wasn't angry. She spread her hands and suddenly smiled again. Just take a good look at it. Even without the Su family, I, Su Peijian, can also live a happy and fulfilling life. Su Chenghui clenched his fists and watched Su Peijian leave in front of him. He raised his hand to stop her, but then put it down dejectedly. Yes, everything was his fault. Everything was his fault. But why did he have to repay his daughter? He regretted it. He really regretted it. Li Qianshui's figure flashed in his mind. Su Chenghui's body trembled. He quickly got up and went to the banquet hall. When Su Peijian came out of the room, The smile on her face disappeared without a trace. With a cold face, she straightened her back. Her face was cold and stern. Her brows were tightly knitted together, and her whole body revealed a coldness that kept people 1,000 miles away. "TSK, what's wrong?" The voice that suddenly rang out had a hint of teasing and rumination in it. Hui Yifun's face was magnified in front of her. She looked at him coldly and didn't intend to answer him. Hui Yifun put his hand on her waist and brought her into his arms. "What? Are you upset because you talked to my future father-in-law? Why are you showing me a cold face?" Su Peijian glanced at him and slapped him hard on the back of his hand. "Hui Yifun, I haven't thought about marrying you yet. You don't have to make it sound like you're the only one I'll marry. Tisk, if you say that, I'm really sad." Hui Yifun grabbed her hand, which was about to pat him, and kissed it. "I think I've already shown my utmost sincerity today." "What? Are you still not satisfied?" Su Peijian looked at him coldly and snorted. "I will only be satisfied when you help me push Su Qingsang and Hu Jinyao into the mud." "Tise, how ruthless." Hui Yifun clicked his tongue, but in the end, he laughed rather wickedly. "But I like your ruthlessness. Let's go. Let others do the good work. Let us be the bad guys." The corners of Su Peijian's lips turned up as she held Hui Yifun's arm. That was right. Who wants to be a good person? Who can take the role? Right now, she just wanted to be a bad person. Su Qingsang, Li Qianxue, Su Qinghui. No matter who it was, she wouldn't forgive them. She looked up at Hui Yifun, her eyes flashing with a hint of gloom. "By the way, you helped me make such a big splash today. I have to repay you no matter what, right? What do you want to do now?" Hui Yifun looked at Su Peijian and felt that the calculation on her face was too much to his taste. "Nothing. I'm just thinking that no matter what, I should let my good sister make a name for herself. After all, no matter what, she is still the young mistress of the Hua family. She is the wife of the president of the Tianyu Group. Don't you think so?" Hui Yifun narrowed his eyes and almost instantly understood what Su Peijian meant. The corners of his lips curled up, and there was a hidden meaning in his smile. That's right. The banquet was about to begin. According to the tradition of previous years, as the president of the Tianyu Group, Hu Jinyao had to go on stage to give a speech every year. This year was no exception. At this time, a few elders of the Hua family were standing not far from him. In front of him, in addition to Su Qingsang, there were also a few of his childhood friends, Wan Xianyang, Su Changlong, Tang Mohan, and Qing Xianyun. Tang Monlu and Li Wanyu were also there. However, Tang Monlu was a little embarrassed when she saw Su Qingsang. Li Wanyu didn't. She affectionately hooked her arm around Su Qingsang's arm and talked to her. Su Qingsang chatted with Li Wanyu, but she was a little absent-minded. Su Peijian and Su Qinghui had disappeared for a long time, and they hadn't shown up yet. She wasn't worried that Su Peijian would do anything to her at such a banquet, but she didn't like the feeling of being stared at. On the other side, standing with the elders of the Hua family was Li Qianxue. No matter how much Li Qianxue disliked Lu Tongjia, she still had to give face to the Hua family on such an occasion. Lu Tongjia did the same. The two of them stood together and didn't talk much. The atmosphere was even a little awkward. However, the two of them weren't in a hurry to leave. Instead, they talked from time to time. Li Qianxue was also looking in the direction of the entrance of the banquet. Ever since she knew that Su Peijian insisted on being with Hui Yifun, she knew that this adopted daughter of hers wouldn't be too obedient. She was ambitious and ambitious. She was indeed worried that Su Peijian would do something. She couldn't help but look in Su Qingsang's direction because of her worry. At that moment, Hu Jinyao also walked toward Su Qingsang. He stood in front of her, unable to hide the amazement in his eyes. Today, Su Qingsang looked like someone who had walked out of a painting of a court lady. The light gauze dress made her look elegant and graceful. Her skin was soft as if it were boneless. She didn't need to wear heavy makeup. Just a simple description was enough to make her look outstanding. "Wife." Hu Jinyao called her in a low voice. There was a hint of charm in his voice. "Later, come on stage with me to give a speech." Su Qingsang was stunned. Go up with you? What's wrong? You're my wife. If you don't go up with me, who will? Hua Jinyao took her hand and smiled at Li Wanyu, who was standing next to her. He looked Su Qingsang up and down. Today, Su Qingsang was absolutely stunning. My wife is so beautiful. I should at least introduce her to them, right? Su Qingsang pressed her lips into a straight line. When she met Hua Jinyao's eyes, she nodded slightly. Hua Jinyao smiled. He took her hand and let her stand beside him. Don't be nervous. The people who came today all have a cooperative relationship with the Hua family. Even if they don't, they still have to respect the Hua family. In addition to those in the business world, there were also some people in charge of related departments. Those people had a close relationship with the Hua family. They would give face to the Hua family. Who would dare to have any objections? I say, little sister-in-law, you should go up. Otherwise, brother Jinyao won't be able to show off later. Li Wanyu was also very good at making fun of people. Su Qingsang blushed. In the end, he didn't object. She turned around and found that Li Qianxue was looking in her direction. She smiled at Li Qianxue to reassure her. Only then did she hold Hua Jinyao's hand and walk up the stage with him. Every year at Tianyu Group's anniversary celebration, the president would give a speech. In the past, Hua Jinyao didn't like such occasions. When he wanted to give a speech, he would let Hua Mingguang go on stage. Speaking of which, this was also his first year speaking at the anniversary celebration. It was all because of Su Qingsang. He wanted the entire Rong city to know that Su Qingsang was his wife, the wife of the president of Tianyu Group. The MC read the opening remarks on stage. Hua Jinyao held Su Qingsang's hand. He was looking at her, and Su Qingsang was also looking at him. Hua Jinyao was also very handsome today. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. There was a faint affection in their eyes. Su Peijian also saw this scene from afar. She sneered, picked up the wine glass in front of her, and glanced at Hua Yifan. Have you prepared everything? Of course. Hua Yifan picked up the wine glass beside him. You're my queen now. Your words are like an imperial edict to me. Su Peijian ignored what he said. She gave him a cold look and turned to look at Hua Jinyao holding Su Qingsang's hand and going up the stage. Hua Jinyao stood still on the stage. Su Qingsang looked at him with gentle eyes. He didn't need to make any more movements or say any more words. As long as he stood there, he would be a glowing object. Hello, everyone, I'm Hua Jinyao. Thank you for taking the time to attend Tianyu Group's grand event. It has been nearly 50 years since Tianyu Group was established. From my grandfather, Hua Yangping, to me, we have been committed to turning Tianyu Group into an international group. After Hua Jinyao finished speaking, he suddenly changed the topic. Just now, before I went on stage, my assistant asked me, why didn't you go on stage to speak in the past, but suddenly this year? I said, because I have something very important to tell everyone today. Please allow me to introduce the lady beside me. She is my wife, Su Qingsang. As Hua Jinyao spoke, he looked at Su Qingsang with a smile, his eyes full of encouragement. She smiled at him and stood in front of the microphone confidently. Hello, everyone. I'm Su Qingsang. I'm Hua Jinyao's wife. It's very nice to meet you all. I hope that in the future, everyone will continue to support Tianyu Group and Hua Jinyao. Thank you. The applause from the audience continued. The two of them were as dazzling as a golden couple. After the speech, Su Qingsang followed Hua Jinyao off the stage. Wherever the two of them went, many people greeted them and wanted to get to know them. Su Qingsang actually didn't like such occasions, but she was willing to endure it for Hua Jinyao. After Hua Jinyao's speech, it was Hua Mingguang's turn. After these speeches, there would be a performance. This was a program that was arranged every year. This year was no exception. After a popular domestic group sang an opening song on stage, the entire atmosphere began to liven up. After the two songs were over, the next part was supposed to be a magic show. This time, Tianyu Group made the gala very lively. That magician was also very famous in the industry. He kept changing all kinds of tricks on the stage. The audience knew that it was fake, but they were still dazzled. Hua Jinyao had heard Yang Wenchang mention before that the end of the magic show was a trick that changed into a car. That car was this year's special award for the most outstanding employee. However, he didn't expect that in the end, the magic show didn't change into a car. Instead, a white piano appeared. Not only him, but Su Qingsang also saw it. The atmosphere was very lively after just now. The magician stood forward and bowed. Now, I'll perform a special show for everyone. After saying the words, special show, the rope that was originally prepared for the magic show was now transformed into a swing and slowly descended from above. Su Peijian sat on it and descended bit by bit. She looked at Su Qingsang from afar, and the corners of her eyes raised into a bright smile. When the swing descended to the ground, she slowly walked down. She walked to the piano, stood still, and bowed. She sat down in front of the piano. She was dressed in red and looked beautiful and sexy. She sat in front of the black and white keys and raised her hands. The melodious sound of the piano rang in every corner of the banquet hall. She was playing the Symphony of Fate. The Symphony of Fate was one of Beethoven's most famous pieces. The first part of his was impassioned. Those who hadn't practiced the piano to a certain level couldn't play it like that. But Su Peijian played it. She was dressed in red, and she used very skilled fingering techniques and was completely engrossed in playing the song to the fullest. The guests present were indeed shocked. The Hua family, including Old Master Hua. Li Qianxue stood in the distance and looked at Su Peijian. She wasn't as engrossed in the sound of Su Peijian's piano as the other guests were. She only had one feeling now. Su Peijian would definitely make a big move next. She subconsciously looked in Su Qingsang's direction. Su Qingsang was also in the stands. Not only her, but also Hua Jinyao. Su Qinghui was also looking at the stage. Everyone's eyes were fixed on that place. Like Li Qianxue, he wasn't in the mood to appreciate Su Peijian's piano. In the past 20 years, he had heard enough. The Su family had a special piano room that belonged to Su Peijian. She had been carefully trained by him and Li Qianxue. They had given Su Peijian the best education and the best resources. In this regard, they indeed owed Su Qingsang. Hua Jinyao also had the same thought. He narrowed his eyes. After the music ended, he saw Su Peijian end the music with an extremely handsome gesture. Finally, she stood up amidst the applause. The applause below the stage was thunderous. Su Peijian bowed to the ground, a faint smile on her lips. Thank you, everyone. Fate is very wonderful. I would like to give this song to you, and at the same time, to my dear sister, Su Qingsang. That's right, I'm Su Qingsang's sister, and also your president Hua's sister-in-law. My name is Su Peijian. Here, I would like to congratulate my sister first. As she spoke, she reached out in Su Qingsang's direction, and the lights of the banquet hall shone on Su Qingsang. Congratulations on marrying Mr. Hua Jinyao, and also on becoming the wife of the president of Tianyu Group. Chapter 589. The applause in the hall became even louder. Hua Jinyao's expression suddenly changed. Both Li Qianxue and Su Qinghui didn't look too good at this time. Everyone knew about this matter, but everyone intentionally ignored it. The impact of Su Qingsang and Su Peijian's identity swap was definitely not only on Su Qingsang's life as an illegitimate daughter for more than 20 years. Most importantly, she had lost all the resources that should have belonged to her. The best education, the best cultivation. Su Peijian was proficient in music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. Li Qianxue raised this daughter as a lady from a wealthy family. Playing the piano was just the simplest thing for Su Peijian. Not only could she play the piano, but she could also play the violin and the guzheng. For more than 20 years, she had not only enjoyed the parental love of Su Qinghui and Li Qianxue, but also the cultivation of these top-notch teachers. These were things that Su Qingsang could never make up for. Li Qianxue's heart shook and she almost vomited blood. She moved her toes and was about to walk forward. Su Qinghui blocked in front of her. Are you satisfied? Li Qianxue gritted her teeth and looked at Su Qinghui with her eyes wide open. Su Qinghui, are you satisfied? Is this what you want? Qianxue, calm down. Su Qinghui looked around and stepped forward to stand in front of Li Qianxue. You can't go up now. If things got out of hand, no one would look good. Su Qinghui. Of course you don't want me to go up. Of course, Li Qianxue knew that at this time, she couldn't go up and blame Su Peijian. If she really did that, things would definitely get worse. Her eyes were red. She lowered her head and almost cried. Su Qinghui, I hate you. Qianxue. I'm sorry. An apology was too weak. Su Qinghui turned to look at Su Peijian. He patted Li Qianxue on the shoulder and said, I'll go. Let him stop Su Peijian's madness and intensity. Li Qianxue glared at him. You don't understand. You don't understand at all. This battle had to be won by Su Qingsang herself. Today was a good day for Tianyu Group and Hua Jinyao. As the wife of the president of Tianyu Group, no one would care about whether Su Peijian could play the piano or not. They only cared about Su Peijian's letter of challenge. If Su Qingsang didn't play the guqin today, or if she didn't think of a way to defeat Su Peijian to prove herself, she would definitely be embarrassed on such an occasion. Su Qinghui, I hate you. Li Qianxue was extremely anxious. She was about to go on stage, but she saw that Su Qingsang, who had been standing there without moving, finally moved. Hua Jinyao knew from the moment Su Peijian threw out the challenge letter that Su Peijian didn't come with good intentions, but he didn't expect that Su Peijian would ask Su Qingsang to play the guqin. As far as he knew, Su Qingsang had no chance to learn these things. Qingsang? Hua Jinyao's expression was solemn. He reached out to hold Su Qingsang's hand. Su Peijian was really tired of living. She wanted Su Qingsang to play the guqin? He moved his toes and was about to step onto the stage. Su Qingsang glanced at him and shook her head. What Li Qianxue could think of, Su Qingsang could also think of. Today's battle must be fought by herself. Qingsang? I'm fine. Su Qingsang smiled at Hua Jinyao and said in a very low voice, If I embarrass you later, you can't despise me. I'll never despise you. Hua Jinyao looked at her with a fervent gaze. Su Qingsang smiled. That smile was a little satisfied and nostalgic. She leaned forward and kissed Hua Jinyao. Hua Jinyao heard her say in a very low voice, I need some energy, that's all. After kissing him, she smiled and went onto the stage, step by step, in Su Peijian's direction. The applause in the banquet hall became even louder. Even old Master Hua started clapping. Su Peijian stood on the stage, and the applause stopped for a moment. Su Peijian stood in front of the piano, a white piano, and a red dress. The scene was really pleasing to the eye. Su Qingsang and Su Peijian both had their own characteristics. Su Peijian was delicate, and Su Qingsang was elegant. Sister, please. Su Peijian smiled faintly and raised her hand gently. She motioned for Su Qingsang to sit down beside her. Su Qingsang glanced at her and was in no hurry to sit down. Instead, she picked up the microphone in the middle. She walked to stand in front of Su Peijian and looked down at the audience. My sister started practicing the piano when she was 4 years old. Isn't she very good at it? Yes. Not only did the audience respond, but there was also applause. My sister has already played such a beautiful piano. I think even if I played with her, I probably wouldn't be able to amaze you guys. Su Qingsang said half jokingly and half seriously. There was a burst of laughter from the audience. She stood there, natural and unrestrained. The golden dress made her look elegant and extraordinary. There was a bright smile in her eyes, as dazzling as the stars. Hua Jinyao looked at Su Qingsang with admiration and amazement in his eyes, which were as deep as the sea. As Su Qingsang spoke, she held Su Peijian's hand and said, So I thought, why don't I sing a song for you guys? My sister will play the piano, and I'll sing. What do you think? The audience was even louder than before. Su Qingsang looked at Su Peijian and said, Sister, let's sing a legendary song together. I hope that Tianyu Group will become a legend. She looked at Su Peijian with a calm expression and a calm gaze. Su Peijian's hand, which was on the piano, had to restrain itself from clenching into a fist. Sister's legendary song should be better than the Symphony of Fate, right? She didn't move, so Su Qingsang joked again. There was faint laughter from the audience. Su Qingsang turned around and looked at the crowd. Can you give my sister a round of applause? Thank you, everyone. There was applause from the audience. Su Peijian's smile froze for a moment, but she could only sit down with a smile. Su Qingsang nodded slightly. Even if Su Peijian was unwilling, she had no choice but to start playing the very famous legend. Just because I saw you one more time in the crowd, I couldn't forget your face. I dreamed that I could meet you again one day, and from then on, I began to miss you alone. As soon as she spoke, everyone present was shocked. Even Hu Jinyao and the others had heard Su Qingsang sing before. But the feeling she gave them at that time wasn't as shocking as it was now. Su Qingsang's voice wasn't very crisp, but it was very pleasant to listen to. At this moment, she lowered her voice by an octave, and it sounded ethereal and beautiful. Her singing was not inferior to that of a diva. She stood there, accompanied by the soft sound of the piano. On the stage, one red and one gold, two figures, one moving and one still, formed a beautiful scene with the white piano. It wasn't that Su Peijian hadn't thought of playing bad things, such as playing faster or higher. However, Su Qingsang seemed to know what she was planning. Every time she wanted to do something, Su Qingsang would stand in front of the piano and sing to her with one hand on her shoulder. She had originally wanted to make things difficult for Su Qingsang, but she ended up becoming her accompaniment. Su Peijian only felt a mouthful of blood choking in her throat, and she almost spat it out. This song didn't have any more intense ups and downs. It was just sung softly, with thousands of twists and turns. Everyone in the banquet hall was intoxicated. Su Qingsang's voice, the confidence that she revealed at this moment, and the feeling that she gave people when she moved. Even if her facial features weren't as bright and beautiful as Su Peijian's, after this scene, she had already suppressed her limelight. Su Peijian was angry, but Su Qingsang was getting better and better as she sang. I'd rather spend this life waiting for you to realize that I've always been by your side and never left. After singing the last sentence perfectly, Su Qingsang pulled the microphone away from her. It was like a scene from a concert, and it sounded like a lingering aftertaste. Su Qingsang lowered her eyelashes slightly and held the microphone in her hand. She just stood there like that, and it was also a scenery. Su Peijian, who was at the back, had become her foil. And everyone remembered Su Qingsang. He remembered this legend of hers. The Symphony of Fate that had shocked them before seemed to be not worth mentioning at this moment. The piano stopped, but there was still a lingering sound. However, if an expert were to listen at this moment, he would definitely hear that Su Peijian's final ending was far less elegant than when she played Fate just now. She stood up and walked forward, intending to take over the microphone and regain her home field position. But how could Su Qingsang let her do as she wished? She reached out and grabbed Su Peijian's hand. With a little force, the two of them faced the audience together. Su Qingsang had a smile on her face. Even if her facial features weren't as bright and beautiful as Su Peijian's, she was still shining brightly at this moment. The light shone on her at this moment, making her look a little ethereal. She held Su Peijian's hand tightly, not giving her a chance to take the microphone away from her hand. She moved her toes forward a little. It was only a distance of half a step, but it made her the main character, and Su Peijian the supporting character. Thank you, everyone, and thank my sister for accompanying me with this song, Legend. I hope that our Tianyu group will become a legend in Rong City. It will also become a legend in the world. Her voice was very soft and ethereal. After singing just now, her voice was even more impressive than when she introduced herself. And that accompaniment made Su Peijian so angry that the smile on her face couldn't be suppressed. However, the light shone on her face and she couldn't even flare up now. Now, let's give up our position to the performers at the back. Otherwise, I think they might complain later that I'm stealing their jobs. There was another burst of laughter and applause from the audience. Su Qingsang held Su Peijian's hand gracefully, bowed forward, and left the stage perfectly. Su Peijian's face was stiff. She forced herself not to show her fear and not to be angry, but how could she not be angry? All the smile on her face couldn't be suppressed after she left the stage. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.